You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation collecting season. Come on, won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather around the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Gonna talk to guests, only got the best. Gonna put their knowledge to the test. Gonna laugh and eat, gonna disagree. Gonna show you things you've never seen. Gonna sing a song to the break of dawn. Gonna rock this party all night long. So come on everybody, let me see you dance. Get yourself ready, you got one more chance. You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation collecting season. Come on, won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather around the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Yo, welcome to the show, everybody. How's it going? My name is Joe Rad, and this is the raddest podcast we've ever had. Oh my goodness. Look at all this rad we got going on here. We got Joe Rad. We got the Radical on. We got RadBashGaming. This is insane. I can't even handle it. It's like a rad overload. But yeah, man, this is awesome. Special guest. We got Reggie joining us as the co-host. How you doing, Reggie?
I'm doing good, man. Glad to be back.
Yeah, man, glad to see you. Thanks for coming back. And then our special guest this evening for the season finale. This is episode 45 of season 3. This will be the last episode of season 3. We have the one and only RadBashGaming. How you doing, my friend?
Doing good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for coming on, buddy. Welcome to the show. Been checking this guy out on YouTube and X for quite a while. It's got some good content, got some good vibes. I like his stuff. So why don't you introduce yourself, kind of tell everybody what you do and what you like to collect.
Yeah, so I'm RadBashGaming. I make okay YouTube videos, I guess. That focuses mostly on collecting and horror games and stuff, which goes into what I like collecting. Everything. Sadly, the room speaks, but mostly I'm currently trying to collect horror games and such. And part of that is because of, the Super Retro Force that I'm a part of. I host the horror series over there.
Cool. So you wear masks.
I do.
And you have something called the Super Retro Force.
I do.
Do you fight crime?
I can't say that. That'll blow the cover and then it's all out there. And Batman wouldn't like that, so
Oh man, you guys got Batman! Holy crap!
We got Batman,
dude. Hookups, future. We got some. That's spoilers for future episodes, guys. Well, that's pretty cool, man. So why don't you explain to everybody what Retro Force actually is?
Yeah. So Super Retro Force is a team of content creators that I got together. The idea was a lot of us wanted to build we grew up watching like Normal Boots and things like that, and we liked the idea behind it. So we wanted to build one in the retro game community, because you obviously have your groups like Pixel Game Squad, Metal Genius's crew, which obviously Reggie knows. But we kind of wanted to do our something similar to that. And, so everybody does stuff on their own channel, and then we come together on the group channel to do basically collab projects, but we hate the word collab, so we call it the team stuff.
Very cool. So yeah, I mean, I was checking it out. You have like 6-7 members right now? Like
12.
12? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we have 12.
That's pretty cool. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Do you guys ever do any competitive live gaming streams or anything like that?
Not yet. We're only 3 months in, and we've actually talked about doing that, though. We've talked about that being a lot of fun.
That's pretty cool. That's some pretty cool stuff, man. Mr. Reggie, how you been? What have you been up to, sir? I haven't seen you in a while.
I know, right? Just playing some games finally. Oh man, it's kind of overwhelming. Some of the game I'm actually playing right now is a System Shock. So that brings us back to the old school way of how first person shooters were. So no clues, no information. You got to figure it out yourself. So I'm going through that. Like it's coming back to me. So I was going through that game. I did beat something recently, but I totally forgot what it was. But Yeah, just kind of just playing games randomly. Of course, Dead by Daylight is my bread and butter game. Mutant Chronicle, I'm still playing that. I want to get the best ending, so I'm taking my time. You got to get all 120 stars, not 108 like Suikoden. But I am happy to hear that my buddy Joe Rad has beaten Star Ocean.
I did.
Second Story R.
I did.
I'm very happy you got through.
I did. I crushed it. I was like level million, billion, trillion, maxed out everything.
Yeah.
Super.
Dude, you level up so good in that game when you do all the perks. I'm like, dude, this is so amazing. Like
pure beast mode. It was fun. I had a little trouble with the last guy. He got me a couple times, but yeah, it wasn't so bad. I'm definitely gonna run through it again with Rena. Because I missed characters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I got a decent ending, but there's like a million endings, so I'm curious. I'll definitely play it again. It was a lot of fun though. I enjoyed it.
My screensaver on my computer is like all the endings unlocked. I still have it on here, dude. I love it.
That's
I always wanted to do that when I was a kid and never could, but now that this came out, now you're able to document it pretty much. So pretty cool.
I also got my new PC. So if you guys are saying like, wow, damn, Joe Rad looks so good today. I don't know he looks amazing. I'm just like super high. I don't know. I got my new computer thing going on, and also I finally got my Switch thing set up. You see, I told you guys I wasn't lying. I like Nintendo. I'm not a fanboy. I proved it. And there's a whole other room full of Xbox. No, there isn't. That's not.
Man.
But I set those up. But yeah, but it's funny that you mentioned System Shock because I'm also playing System Shock.
Oh wow.
I don't know if I told you this, like when I bought my previous PC, like a long time ago, it was very nice at the time. And the first game that I played on that was BioShock. And I had it just amazing. And like, this was like back in the day when I had like just moved back in with my parents, and I set my stuff up on like the basement, and this was like a pitch black basement with no windows at all. So it was pitch black down there, man. I just put that game on, put my headphones on, and I played BioShock and just like ripped out and went into rapture.
That's the way to do it.
It was
totally.
It was just such a good experience. And so when I bought my new computer, like System Shock, those are the same people that made BioShock. Originally, that was like their first one. I don't know if it's their first game, but it's one of their first earlier games. And so that's just that's just meant to be. So I got that and I've been playing it. And at first I was getting wrecked, Reggie. Wrecked. I was like, dude, what the hell? I didn't even realize you could loot the dudes. I literally didn't even realize that. I was like, how come I can highlight these guys? I'm looking at them and it just brings up my inventory, and I'm like, I don't even understand this. It was so ridiculous.
Yeah, and I had to realize too, man, that you got to take out those cameras because if there's a camera in a room, she'll keep sending stuff after you, so you have to take out the cameras in each room you go into. So it's trippy. I'm like, dude, like.
Yep, I had that realization too because they make that noise, like beep 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 beep, and like at first you're like, oh, whatever, and then after a while you're like, what if that matters? What is that noise? And then you realize you haven't destroyed the cameras for like the first like half of the game. You're like, oh, whatever. But yeah, it's really good. I'm having a lot of fun. Yeah, and it looks amazing.
It seems like today what they have to do because they're actually trying to release System Shock 3, which they've kept under wraps for years now. But in order to get that game to come out, they had to make sure people were interested. So they got to do the first two games over again, make that money, and then they could go on the third one, which. It's how it is today, man, because it costs so much money to make these games now, and they can't risk like part 3 being a failure if it comes out. They can't risk it, especially So
makes sense. That's fine with me. I'm all right with that. I prefer. So I got OCD. I'm a collector. I don't know about you guys. So like, I'm like, So I'm like, if you're gonna release a new game, I would like you to release all of them again on the hardware anyway, just so I have them in one spot. Like that's just what I prefer. So I like that trend, and I got no issue with that. And there's going to be a lot of, so we're going to go over this direct today, and then hopefully we have time, if we don't go too long, which we probably will, we'll try to talk about the LRG showcase, and there was a ton of games like that in the LRG showcase. So but before we do, what specifically, I mean, I see you got a lot of PlayStation stuff. Is that like would you say your bread and butter, RadBash, that we collect primarily, or
unintentionally, yes. It's kind of themed, so it's PS2, PS5, PS4, PS3, Xbox. It kind of goes in like a square. But it's mostly my go-to is the PlayStations, but I play everything.
Right on. Right on.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am too. Like I just
Well, I wanted
like
to ask, like, what got you into gaming?
So my mom actually,
Really?
yeah, the first game I remember playing was Kirby's Dream Land 3 back on the Super Nintendo.
Wow, that's a unique
Um,
one.
and it's one of my favorite games. I love it to death. Huge Kirby fan. But yeah, my mom, we didn't have a lot of games. I grew up on the poor side of things. But the games we had Super Mario World, Link to the Past. We had the bangers, in my opinion. So yeah, my mom has always been, she's one of the reasons why I love Dark Cloud. Like, she has helped me become the gamer I am today.
That's awesome, dude. I wish my mom was a gamer. She's totally the opposite. So it's pretty awesome to hear, bro. So is your mom still a gamer?
Yes, she is. She still is. Yeah.
Right on. Cool. Yeah. So what got you into like horror themed games?
So that was actually my best friend. He was a big horror fan, and I grew up a horror fan, but like movie wise.
Right.
My first horror game, which was Resident Evil 4, and most people would be like, oh, that's later on, but that was my entry into it. And then the Silent Hills and things like that. It kind of opened the door for me.
Right.
But yeah, he was huge into it. And he was like, dude, you got to check these games out. I was like, hey, okay, cool. And yeah, I have been a survival horror game fan ever since.
Yeah, Resident Evil 4 is definitely a good entry game. I'm old school Resident Evil, but I can understand like that being the first Resident Evil you got into. Like that, it probably was an amazing experience because certain moments in that game, when you get to certain hubs, like the village part, when Dr. Salvador is coming after you, it's so unnerving hearing that chainsaw and just you don't know where it's at. Sometimes it's trippy. So I could only imagine how you felt like playing that. So that's great. I'm glad to hear that.
And it helped me, like, because after that I was like, I got to play more of these Resident Evil games. And I mean, the first one, phenomenal game. The first Resident Evil is chef's kiss. Like, I love that. Yeah, it opened the door. It was like a floodgate. Like, it just horror everything after that. Yeah.
Would you the first one, just the original first one or the remake?
The original first one, and then I played the remake. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Right on. So you went back and played the original trilogy.
Yep. Correct.
Right on. Which one's your favorite out of those ones? You would say
it would have to be 2. I love 2.
Yeah,
2 is so good.
2 is good.
Yeah, 2 is really good.
My personal favorite is 3 because that Nemesis, like
Nemesis is one of my favorite gaming characters, but he's so cool. I didn't care for him in the remake, but I love him in the original.
Yeah, the remake is a mixed bag, dude. It's like, what is going on here? Like, they just couldn't implement him properly in the Resident Evil engine, so
nope.
I don't know what happened with that, but yeah, man. So, would you say Resident Evil 4 is your favorite one in the series still? Not still, but like being at your first game, maybe.
It was for the longest time. It was my favorite horror game and Resident Evil game, and then it kind of lost to horror game, but it stayed Resident Evil. And then Resident Evil 8 came out, and it took it. I love Resident Evil 8 so much. I do. I love it to death. It's so good.
Wow. Okay.
Well, it's a lot like 4.
Yes,
so
exactly.
It's got the throwback vibes.
Well, 8 tries to throw in like elements from all the certain games, and it does it pretty well. That's my personal. It does it pretty well. I thought the best part in the game was the machine, the factory. That was my favorite.
Oh, okay.
Part. But most people choose like the castle, which the castle is awesome. I just wish there was more spaces you go into in the castle. That would have been awesome. But yeah, the castle is good.
I wish we could go back. I didn't like that I didn't have the option to go back to it.
Like, I know, right? It's like it's very linear. Like once you complete an area, it's locked off and that's it.
Yeah.
That kind of was weird.
Yeah.
So.
Did you guys play in VR? Either of you try it out?
I haven't played 8 in VR. I played 4 in VR though.
No, I would. I'm gonna play part 4 pretty soon. I got one of those the MetaQuest. I think it'll play on the MetaQuest 3. I have that, so I can play Resident Evil 4. But I'm not sure if it has 8 or anything on there.
I have no idea what's on the MetaQuest, man.
4 does play on the MetaQuest 3, but I read it has some graphical glitches.
Really?
Which, I mean, if that's something you don't really care about, like it's not a big deal. But
I'm just happy to have like VR because I never really had one. So, wow, this is cool. Like I actually took my VR to a convention recently, and I was walking around with it on, like across in the streets and everything like that. It was hilarious.
That's cool.
I need to upload that video, but yeah, I was just kind of like seeing how cool it was, and it was pretty cool. It wasn't like top notch, but I was like, dude, I feel like I'm. This is good. So
it's trippy. It's trippy to walk around with it on. Yeah, it's super trippy.
People were staring. It was hilarious, dude.
Yeah, adversary says Resident Evil 7 VR is like the scariest thing I've ever experienced, and
Well,
I'd
that
have
game-
to say that is actually pretty true. Like I was
Yeah.
like actually uncomfortable and unnerved playing
Mhm.
that in VR.
Yes.
The first few times I had to take breaks because I was like, this isn't fun. I'm like actually uncomfortable. This is freaking
Well,
disturbing.
I'm out. I'm
Resident
done.
Resident Evil 7 is like a true haunted house, like
Yeah, it was-
similar,
it was
like
scary, man.
it was perfect for the VR. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's cool. This is I don't know if we said this earlier. It's 8 in VR. Did we say 8 was in VR earlier?
I
Yeah.
believe it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it is now.
Yeah.
It's one of those
That
things
was-
I don't think it released right away, and then they added this as a patch
The later thing.
on.
Yeah. I know they added third person later. Like yeah.
That was cool.
I want to go back and play it in third person.
Yeah. They could add that to 7 too if they wanted to. But,
Ooh, that'd be neat.
I'm really down with that. I like the idea of giving people multiple options of ways to play the game and experience. I think that's the key to making VR successful. Isn't that like everybody's like, we need all these dedicated VR experiences. I'm like, I don't think so. I think we need just a VR mode for like every game. We don't need
That's smart.
I don't think it should. I mean, it's cool to have dedicated VR only experiences, I suppose, but like I would rather be able to play, 99% of the games in VR. I think that would be a lot better.
No, I
how
agree.
do you feel about the remakes coming out?
So, like, are you talking like the new ones they're coming out, or are you talking about just in general?
The new ones that are coming out, I think they're making a Code Veronica.
Yes. So
I
excited.
I think they're going to make Zero, which Zero actually needs it because that game is like, so annoying to play through. And then
Agreed.
Part 1, I would like to see it in 3D. I mean, I don't think it'll top the original Resident Evil remake,
No.
but I would love to go through the Spencer Mansion in VR. That'd be kind of cool. And they could kind of implement some things that they did in the later games, like the Hunters.
Yes.
Originally, the Hunters that you could see in the first cinematic, when you see them, they open doors. Well, they only opened doors once in the first game. So they were actually they're smart enough to open doors. So if you go back to Spencer Mansion, the Hunters that are in the mansion, now they can open doors and stalk you. So that would be a cool element in the game. I mean,
That would.
it's not cool because it's scary. But at the same
I'm already.
Yeah, you're like, I know, right?
Not
That's what I live for. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, because they did it with they first started doing that with Nemesis in Resident Evil 3. He could open doors, and even though they did it off camera, I mean, so it wouldn't technical stuff.
Right.
But originally the Hunters were meant to open doors, and that's how they got in the mansion. Pretty much, that's why they were there. They could open doors, so they could implement that one into the remake. And as far as Resident Evil 9, right now I'm feeling I just want them to go back and remake some of the old ones, man, because I know they can't mess them up. I mean, they did 3. Unfortunately,
I was about to say, hold on.
Yeah, 3 was
mess them
I had fun playing it, but it's like, dude, like I would rather just go back and play the original game because there's more locations. Nemesis is more annoying and more random. They dropped the ball, but they could have did so much Resident Evil 3 remake, man. And then they made Nemesis transform too fast, too fast.
It was quick.
I was like, come on, man. You haven't even done no damage to him, but it is what it is. They left it to another developer to make it. The same people who made Resident Evil 3 were the same people who made the Separate Ways for Resident Evil 4 remake. So, that game that DLC is bigger than Resident Evil 3, which is crazy. So it's like, I guess they stepped up their game, but I wish they could have done it during Resident Evil 3 because that was the most important Resident Evil game to kind of like do properly because
well, that's the one that needed the more content added to it, not the other way around. Like of all the games that should have been fleshed out more, that one should have been, because even on the PlayStation 1, that game's kind of on the shorter end of the things, especially compared to 2. Like 2, I don't know, it's longer, I feel. So yeah, it was disappointing that they did that. I was like, why'd they rush? That's just what you get, that cash grab feeling, like it was a money thing.
Absolutely.
They were like, how much have we invested in this? Okay, that's enough. Release. It's just release it. Whatever we're at, that's the dollar amount we're stopping. Okay.
See, and they've had a good track record, and that's why like Code Veronica, I'm so excited. I've been screaming that since they started doing these. Please remake Code Veronica. They just wouldn't. Now they finally are. I'm all for it. I agree with Zero needing a touch up, a remake. I do. And as far as 1 goes, I'm one of those people who says do it because the new remakes are really good, but I don't see it being. People have a really good remake, and it's on modern systems. If I'm correct, I think it's on the PS4. Yeah, it came in like a dual pack.
I think it's
Zero and
I play. Yes, it is. It is. But it's the PS2. Well, Code Veronica is. Wait, yeah, you're right. I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, it came with Resident Evil Remake 1 and 0 together. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so I mean, they have a modern way to play it, but nothing. Most people nowadays don't like the way it looks and the controls and things like that. So this will kind of give the new generation a reason to play it, type thing.
Right, exactly. You're right. And Resident Evil Code Veronica is definitely the game that needs it the most. Man, I went back and played it about 5 months ago, and I was so disgusted. I was like, dude, this is so
rough.
hard. And then I was playing one of the worst versions. So I was playing the PS2 version of it, and it was really dark. And I was like, dude, come on. The backtracking in that game, I won't say it's as bad as like Zero, but it's like, dude, what is going on, man? Like, it's just, I don't know, man. And then Steve's annoying in that game. I thought Steve was cool originally when I was younger. Then I saw him again. I was like, dude, this dude, man, what's wrong with this kid? Like, come on, man. And certain scenes nowadays wouldn't like translate properly, like the whole thing with him and Claire on the airplane when she's asleep.
Yeah.
The new generation, it's creepy. It's creepy.
Yep, it'd be over pretty quick.
Yeah, he get canceled or whatever. So they got to fix that. Make him not as whiny, and
please, yeah.
That's about it with Code Veronica. Less backtracking, and fix Steve's character. I would say Claire was a strong lead in that game. Chris, even though he came later, he was pretty good as well. Wesker, I think they could do some good stuff with him there. So yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
You know what else we should be looking forward to? All the new Nintendo games coming out. We got to start checking these things out.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, we're already quite into the podcast.
We haven't even started talking about Nintendo.
Yeah, we could talk about Resident Evil, but
you got two really big horror fans, man. It was bound to happen. We were bound to.
Oh, it always does. People get mad in the comments. They're like, you never talk about your titles. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're not wrong. You're right. I should just title them. You're right. I should just put the pure clickbait. I should just put like, "This is outrageous. You won't believe this, guys." LOL or something. Just
that's how you get the views,
like
man.
Yeah. Like, this made me so mad. And then that's it. And people are like, "Well, what made you so mad, big fella?" And then people click on it. So, I mean, this is why I have 60 subs. I know everything. So, did you guys watch the direct? I'm assuming you did. Yes, you enjoyed it. It was really.
I did not. I just catched it a little bit later, and I was pleasantly surprised, but not live.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. The first announcement was the old Mario and Luigi brothership. Yeah. So basically, my first instinct was, wow, that's a bad name for a game.
Yep.
Brothership. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like that's like a mistranslation. Like someone that they what's the word for this? And they're like, it's brothership. And they're like, okay, yeah. No, that's not the right word for it.
It almost seems like they were going for the word bromance or something, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think there are boats. I think there are ships in this game somehow. Maybe. I'm not sure. Either way, these games look fine. I'm not really super into these games, but they look interesting.
Yeah, one thing about these type of games, man, they are fun, especially when you're playing with friends or whatever like that. So that's what I can say about Nintendo, man. They always find a way to make certain games fun. So,
is this like It Takes Two? Can you play it with somebody else on their system? Is that what you mean, like 2-player, or do you play couch co-op, or what do you mean?
I'm guessing like couch co-op, like when friends come over. I don't think it'll be online.
Interesting.
Nintendo, probably not.
Well, they used to all be 3DS and like DS stuff, so you could just Street Pass or whatever. So I could see that being a thing. So I was just, I don't know. Like, I've never really played them that much. I thought they were just like single player RPGs. But I mean, I am a sucker for turn-based combat, and Nintendo makes quality content no matter what it is. So it does look fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was a decent enough announcement. It didn't blow me away or anything, but yeah, pretty cool. The next was the old NES Championship edition.
Whoa! I got a surprise for you guys later about that.
Hell yeah! So this I'm very excited about. I'm like very, very, very excited about. Did you guys ever play the NES Remix games on Wii U or 3DS?
I did, yeah.
Oh, so I used to watch Gaming Off the Grid. You know those guys?
I am familiar with their channel. Yeah, good guys.
they're a very cool channel. If you guys haven't heard of them, Gaming Off the Grid, they're on YouTube. You should check them out. They do a lot of collecting videos, and they do a lot of retro gaming, and they do like try to like do no death runs and stuff like that, which I love shit like that. Yeah. Because there's a lot of people who talk about retro games, but like it's nice to see people who like play them hardcore on a regular basis. I'm like,
Right.
this is what I'm, because I still play like, dude, I got this little Genesis handheld thing, and oh my, it's all I've been doing. Like my PS5 is like collecting dust. I'm over here playing Sega Saturn all day. Like it's so good. But anyway, this looks fantastic. I am like super excited for it. Like basically it's competitive NES, if you're familiar with what it is, and all the online features sound outstanding. That's what I really am excited about, because you can play competitively online, which sounds really fun.
Cool. Yeah, I wasn't really too excited about the 3DS game. They had the remix because it was kind of like all over the place. But this one seems like my cup of tea, honestly. And I feel like the inspiration for this game too was like those games they put on the Nintendo eShop, like the Super Mario 99 or whatever it was, like that crazy Mario like competitive. That was kind of cool. I wish they would make a physical of that. But yeah, I'm very happy with this, and I'm very excited for it to come out. Now I'm kind of upset that the Japanese version is a bit different from the American one. I wish they could have had it all in one instead of making them different. But the collector out there that's hardcore, they'll get both versions. So
So what he means is the US version, if you buy the collector's edition, it comes with a fake gold NES cartridge of the game. But if you order the Japanese version, it actually comes with 2 functional Famicom controller Joy-Cons. So do you know how like they sell the Nintendo Switch Online controllers? Like that's the N64 ones or whatever. They have like the NES ones. Well, these are those same way. They actually have like the Joy-Con slides they slide on and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
But they're Famicom themes from the Japanese consoles. Right. So I ordered the Japanese one because, and it's like the same price too, by the way. It's not like it's like $60 either way. So I was like, yeah, I'll definitely go. I'd much rather have 2 functioning Nintendo controllers to play Nintendo games than a fake NES cart, even though that is cool. If I was a hardcore NES cart collector, like I would probably do what Reggie said and get both, because I would want to have the cart collection. But
as far as the versions of it, like they have the same games on it. So maybe I thought the Japanese version had different games or something like that.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question, Reggie. I'm not sure.
But maybe the chat will let us know.
Oh man, if that's the case, then maybe I would have to get it, because it depends. If there could be one game that I'm like, oh, gotta have it. Why would you know what I mean? That's my favorite game. So no Excite Bike? What? No.
What?
Yeah. So yeah, I can see that being a thing. So I'll have to check it out. But yeah, this was a win. I mean, this wasn't like brand new news, but still happy to see it's coming out. Next we have Fairy Tail 2. Basically another JRPG. I have never played the first game.
Yeah, I never even heard of it.
Yeah.
I'd say it's like a lesser known game. It's Koei Tecmo, yeah, and then
Koei Tecmo, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive for. I think like the cheapest copy I saw was like $60 or something like that still for this game. Yeah, so I don't know. People who are it is an anime, by the way. So if you're okay, you obviously like this. So there's animes, Blu-rays you can get and watch it and stuff. So I just feel like, as from a purely like collecting perspective, like I feel like a lot of these anime themed games are just going to be very collectible in the future, because that is its own like genre to collect. Does that make sense? Like there will be people who just want JRPGs. Like that's what they collect. Like you've got, I'm sure there's people who collect every horror game. They collect, like I collect almost every shmup, you know. So this is definitely one of those genres where people just buy them all. So it's a good thing to get. So obscure ones are usually pretty collectible. So I'd pick them up just for that reason. So the next one is Fantasian. This was the guy who made Final Fantasy creator, Hironobu Sakaguchi, whatever. I don't know how to say his name. This was available on like Apple something for a while. only. It was like some weird like service game you can only get on through Apple, I believe. But now it's finally coming to consoles. But it doesn't have a physical announced yet that I know of. So right now I think it's only as a digital only release. So yeah, it has like hand painted, like rendered backgrounds, which if you look right there, that looks goddamn gorgeous already. I mean, that looks insanely good. All the trees and everything like that.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It's just it's kind of funny going back to turn-based games, newer turn-based games. I just feel like they're missing something that the originals have, and I kind of find myself going back and playing the originals. I did play Sea of Stars and really like that turn-based combat, but the turn-based, they really have to have something unique with it to make it stand out from each other because it's pretty basic, I would say. But the game looks pretty good though. I don't know if I'll be picking it up, but
so if it's a digital only, it's a hard pass.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not picking it up digitally. Absolutely not. Overall, I think it looks okay-ish. Like you said, like the gameplay it's not blowing me away. It's like, oh look, you can bend your attacks. I'm like, all right. It kind of gives me like a mobile gamey feel.
Yeah,
the pacing of it, the way it looks, and again, and there's just this thing. I don't know what's going on with JRPG designs, but like, why are the male protagonists like as amazing, like as purely effeminate as they could possibly be? Like that Leo guy, he just looks like a girl I know, like named Stacy with the headband and nice earrings and everything. I'm like, bro, what the hell's going on here? and that's what I know. People like nobody complained about this, maybe only one, but when I play Final Fantasy, the remake and Rebirth, I'm like, why does Cloud look like a chick? Cloud looks so
he does.
He's got his little pretty earring, and he's just like he's got that little like girly face, and I'm like, he looks like he's jacked, you know what I mean? But he looks so girly. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I'm like, ugh.
His original portrait got to look that way too from the original game. But yeah, I get what you guys are saying, man. I kind of started seeing that with an earlier game. There's a game on PS2 called Magna Carta: Tears of Blood, and on the cover, man, the dude is like damn near wearing a thong. And I'm like, what the hell, man? Like, really? It's like,
yeah, it's just an odd thing. Like Final Fantasy 15, I felt the same. I'm like, why am I playing as BTS? What the frick is this? I'm just like, there's just a certain thing. There's just like games, in my opinion, I want badass games. Like, I don't know, maybe it's me. Like, I'm an old man. I'm a boomer, guys. I'm one of them. You're getting boomer takes here. But like, I grew up I grew up playing like Doom and Hexen and Blood, and every game was just, you are a demon slayer in hell. Kill them all, and then metal would play, like, and blood would be shooting out everywhere, and heads would be exploding, and like that was gaming. I was like, hell yeah, let's go, boys, let's go. And like nowadays, it's like, welcome to the pretty palace universe of Falafalia, where you have the purple crystal magic and can summon beautiful kittens to fight by your side. I'm like, okay, yeah, all right.
Well, Joe, what I've been noticing, like that, what you guys were saying, is that they make the protagonist look more feminine, and then they make the female look more masculine. That seems what's happening.
It's
today.
Weird, bro. I don't get it.
Like, dude, what's going on here?
Whatever. Hey, I don't know. Maybe that's what people are into. I don't know. But speaking of cool character designs, let's look at this. Sports. We should just see. I want everyone to look like me's, like from the Wii's. We should just go back to that. Everybody just looks like a me. Yeah, so we're getting another sport in basketball added to the sports.
That looks fun.
It does look fun. Why wasn't it included in the original game? Why are we adding games like months and years later to games? I just, the whole thing is weird to me, but sure. I am at the point where when they announce these things, it just makes me like not want to buy the physicals anymore. Because I'm like, oh, that just means that the physical is missing basketball, and it's missing tennis, and it's missing golf, and it's missing all this other stuff. And I don't like to buy digital games for the most part. Yeah. So it's like,
Well, here's the crazy part. If you buy that physical, it reminds you constantly that you're missing the extra games on there. So it keeps trying to entice you to buy the extra content, which is annoying. Like, I hate when I play a fighting game and it has a locked characters on it that you have to buy. I'm like, man, don't even show them. Just get them out of here. But that's
Yep.
how they get people to buy that DLC, I guess, or to remind you.
Well, that's most modern games. They're not like complete, or they're missing this, or DLC this, or update this, and it's like, wait, why even buy? Why am I buying these physical games anymore? Like,
Yeah.
why is this a thing?
Yeah, and my old strategy was I would just chill out and wait until the actual Game of the Year edition physical would come out and it would have the content and I would finally buy it. But they don't now. It's like they released the Game of the Year edition and they just give you codes. It's not even in there anyway. So it's like, what the heck? I waited all this time for nothing. It's like they say everybody's there. Oh, Alan Wake's getting a physical, and it's like, okay. So first of all, the Xbox not getting like the full anything, so that's a useless release. And then the PS5, they said you're getting the full game and then one of the DLCs, which is decent. But they've already announced more DLC for it. That's not going to be on the release. So why? Can you just wait?
To release it.
Wait.
Exactly.
Just wait, dude. Just wait.
Dude, so Reggie, I don't know if you remember this, but we talked on Twitter way back when. I bought Hellblade, the first one, like right before they announced the physical. I paid for it digitally, and then they announced the physical. I was so pissed because I was like, man, I waited so long and they weren't releasing it. And Reggie was like, it's people like you that made this happen. I was like, that doesn't make me feel better, Reggie. I'm still mad and I went and bought it again. I was like, man, it sucks. I hate that they're like, Alan Wake, it's not getting a physical. It's not getting a physical. And then a year later, oh yeah, hey, physical. I'm like, what? Why say it's not?
Wow, dude. That's hilarious, man. That game, yeah. Oh my God, Hellblade. Like, I didn't think it was going to happen either, but it did. And I was like totally shocked. Like, yes. I picked up a copy of it.
Yeah, I caved. I bought it digital and physical. I bought that game twice.
Oh, I mean, I've done that. What's crazy is I say I don't like to buy digital games, but I'll buy them if I already bought the game physically and I want to open it. Then I buy it digitally too.
That's fair.
So you brought an advantage to it.
All right, so we have Mio Memories in Orbit. I don't even remember what this was. So
Yeah,
it must have been a good one because I don't even remember it. So I'm guessing it's some sort of artsy fartsy indie game with a really unique art style. That would be my guess. Anybody? Do you remember this, Reggie?
Not at all.
I don't remember this game at all.
I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, I don't even think I saw this.
I think it's going to be like a 2D action Metroidvania type thingamajiggy would be my guess.
With the Metroid,
yeah.
formula has been so like beat up, man. Like it's hard to find out which games are the really good ones. You know, they try to attract people by saying this is Metroidvania, but sometimes
so this is
really good.
I mean, I don't know if this is a Metroidvania. So, but
Okay.
it definitely looks like it's just like like one of them.
It has
hard platformers,
right?
So I don't know if it has a Metroidvania. It actually doesn't look bad. It's just it doesn't stand out as anything too new and exciting. It's just stuff that we've seen. That doesn't mean it has to be new and exciting. So here we go. Here's another one. We get DLC for this game. This did nothing for me.
Yet to play this. It looked like one of those just wait till it's $20 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then now if you buy the $20 version, you're missing whatever DLC.
Missing the DLC. Yeah, yep. See,
so hooray. So yeah, it's like and even if it's free DLC, like it annoys me. People are like, how come you get upset if they're not? It's just free content. Why would you be mad? I'm like, because now I made my physical copy crap. It's like annoying, dude. Like, I don't know. Well, we need to wait. We need to wait to like update the damn carts and they can download it onto the damn cart or something. Like, that
would actually be really cool.
Yeah, it would.
That would be neat. Yeah.
Did we just skip over? Yeah, or whatever. We'll just roll through these two. Hey, Hello Kitty Adventure Island, game of the year.
Best game right here. Hello Kitty right here.
Let me stop and talk about this one first. How many copies have you guys pre-ordered? I'm up to 13. I every day I order 3 more. I can't help myself. It looks so good.
Build a chair out of it.
Like, they have a Hello Kitty, a Dreamcast. I think, I'm pretty sure it was a Hello Kitty one. Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Really?
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna have to look that up. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh yeah,
somebody showed it on the show at some point.
Really?
Somebody had it. Yeah, I can't tell you who, but that actually I know for a fact that appeared on the show.
Huh.
I just don't know who. But yeah, I expect all of you to purchase this, including everyone in the comments, everybody watching right now. And we're all going to be meeting on my island on release day, and it's going to be lit. So be there or be square. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here like, I want a badass game. No, I'm like, let's
Hello
Hello
Kitty.
Kitty. Yay. Whatever. Logical consistency is not one of my important things, you know.
It looks like pretty much Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
It-
I
yeah.
was thinking.
Oh, it is, but basically Hello Kitty. Okay.
So you just got to understand, guys, like the statistic got released. And I remember actually people being mad about it. They said, like, I think it's like more than 50% of Switch owners are girls. Did you know
Really?
that? Yeah. They said that, like, I'm pretty sure more than, I mean, I'm pulling the statistic out of my ass because I don't remember where I saw it. But I'm pretty sure I saw a statistic that said like 50% or more of the Switch owners are girls.
Your source was trust me, bro.
It was.
Information.
No, I got it. I got it
That's
from
the best source.
Best
got it
source
from-
is trust me,
I went-
bro.
I went to a gaming journalism website. Are you saying they could be possibly not telling me the truth?
What?
Oh,
And you're reporting maybe possibly inaccurate information for reasons unknown. Anyway, this game looks dope. I'm actually excited for this one. See, this looks better to me than any of the stupid Mario sports games that came out that they sell
Very
to you
cool.
separately, and then they add content in a year later to let you play. Like, I don't understand that new philosophy that they have with Nintendo, where they release like a game and then add more content to it, like over the next 2 years. Like, it's really weird.
so this, I'm guessing, I'm assuming this is gonna be a physical, right?
Yeah.
Yes, this one I saw pop up somewhere physically for like a
Okay.
listing or something. Yeah.
So the thing with that game that everybody's give is it's being put up at GameMill.
GameMill, yeah, and everybody their track record is interesting.
Yeah, so you know, I have a couple games by them that are fun. I think the Shrek DreamWorks kart racing game is fun. That's a good game. I highly
See, I like the
recommend it.
GI Joe one, the
This-
Operation Blackout or whatever.
Yeah, they have some all right
Yeah.
games. They're not all that bad, you know. King Kong and Gollum, where they did Gollum and King Kong.
Oh,
Those are both of those.
Gollum was terrible. Oh, don't remind me of that.
I mean, it's not like I can't say their criticism is undeserved. Let's say put it that way. But it doesn't mean this is all gonna be bad. This is the way I like to look at it. It's like if you guys have been a boss, you've been in charge of anywhere. You ever have like an employee that's kind of retarded? Well, like if you can't just like every time they come to you with new work, just be like, oh, you freaking retard, you again. You have to be nice to them and maybe hope this time it's good. Not, you know what I mean? You gotta like at least hope it's all right. So give him a chance. All I'm saying, you know, even though you're like, oh, here we go, this guy again. But just give him a chance. Be nice. You never know. You gotta encourage them.
Gotta encourage, gotta motivate.
Hey, I'll tell you what, they're better at making games than me. That's for sure.
Yeah, right. Same.
100%. If I made Gollum, I would have been proud, you sons of bitches. So we have new Among Us thingies. That's cool. You guys like Among Us?
I got drunk and played it once, and that was about it. I think I had a blast. I don't remember.
Yeah,
That game got popular because of the whole being indoors during the COVID thing.
Yep.
That game blew up because of that.
Yeah, I got really not much to say about that. This game also, I feel like this was one of those, like they like have like a dartboard with like 8 genres on it, and they just like, we'll do farming and pets and action JRPG. There we go. Like it's just a big mishmash of games. But yeah, Farmagia. It's like Pokemon farming sim Dynasty Warriors.
Interesting.
You guys
triple
getting a
thread
mobile
there.
game vibe here?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, do you buy gems? Is there a cooldown? You have daily things you have to do? Now, I don't know if it's anything like that. It doesn't honestly look like it's that bad. It's just like this is like, I do not like pet games. I'm not into Pokemon or
Same. That's fair.
Anything like that. I do like farming games, but I don't want to farm monsters. That's weird. It just seems odd to me. I don't know. I just don't know who this game's for. It just seems like one of those games that's like very Japanese. That probably should have just stayed there.
Kind of looks all over the place. Like it doesn't know what it wants to be.
Yeah, maybe it's game of the year. I have no idea. I mean, I'm not
that's
saying
Hello Kitty. Stick to it.
that. Well, I mean, for me it is, but everybody, has to find their own truth or whatever, right? These days, I don't know how it works. Donkey Kong Returns HD. I'm excited about this.
I called this one.
Right in time for the anniversary.
Yeah. I actually immediately realized that I never bought Tropical Freeze on the Switch. I have it on the Wii U. Yeah, I literally have been saying since I got a Switch that, I got to make sure I get my copy of that because I have it on the Wii U. I've been like, I'll get it later. It's been like 8 years or whatever. So I'm finally like, oh, I'm like, all right, the new one's coming out. I should pick up that one. So I just ordered Tropical Freeze finally.
Nice, good game.
Have the newer games since Rare left Donkey Kong been pretty good out of the main series?
I think so.
I mean, do they feel like the same? You would say, like, do they feel like the old games?
Yeah, kind of very similar. Very similar. You get the feel for it. They're definitely over the top, more out there now.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think they're good.
I think they're excellent games. I love the ones on the 3DS and stuff. They're hard. These are challenging games.
Oh, yeah.
But basically, they don't need Rare to make them anymore. Like they can make their own Donkey Kong games and make them just as good. So
pretty much, yeah.
I've never played the one ever since Donkey Kong Country 3.
Oh wow.
Well, I played Donkey Kong 64, but I never got into it that much because it was 3D. But Donkey Kong Country 3 was where I ended it at pretty much.
Yeah, so I don't have too much experience with that one. That's the Wii one. But wait, is that the same as the 3DS one? Because I can't even know. It might be even the same game. I don't even know. But I like them. So it's one of those games too. It's like you can just run through it if you just want to beat it, or you can do the speed runs and you can get all the letters and you can do like all the collect. And I like games like that because then those games became insanely fun.
Right.
Okay.
Oh boy, that's a big one. Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake. This was actually like my most anticipated thing I was hoping to see. Because I've been waiting for news on this since they announced it like 3 years ago or something like that. It's been a long time, and they haven't said anything about it. But yeah, this is a remake of the third game of the NES series, Dragon Warrior in America, and it was actually like my favorite one in the series ever was 3, which I thought was odd. I figured like nobody really felt that way. Everybody probably like 7 or something, I'd say, or 8 maybe. But I always loved 3. I thought it was the best. Or people said 4. They love 4 a lot too. Mm-hmm. So I was just so hyped to hear that they had picked this one in particular to remake it. I felt almost like justified. I was like, yes, it is a good one. I knew it. It's like my favorite. Woo! Yeah.
I just like the way these look. I'm a big fan of how they remake these. I love the way they look. Like the Star Ocean one. Oh, that looks so good.
Yeah, 2D remakes, man. You know they're putting in work to make them stand out, which is nice. Obviously, we got Star Ocean, the Second Story R. So if they go that route with a lot of these older games, I mean, they're winning, and we're winning.
Absolutely.
So hopefully they'll keep that up.
Yeah, I am totally 100% in support of this. I thought Star Ocean was just absolutely perfect. Like I'm weird too. I don't even like voice acting, dudes. Like I'm old school. I like reading the text and when I play these games because I prefer the voices in my own head than whatever the voice actors are going to do. I really do. Absolutely. I know that sounds crazy, or I'm literally sound like I like the voices in my head. That sounds fucking nuts. They tell me to burn things. No, anyway. Fucking.
Joe, man, I mean, Final Fantasy X ruined us, man, when it came to that,
Well, exactly. Like, that never would have happened in my mind.
Oh, man. But ever since that game.
In my mind, like I said, everybody sounds like a fucking badass. And like when you hear voice actors, like it's very silly a lot. It's very goofy. American voice actors a lot of the times make everything silly. And like and then in like 9 out of 10 times it's a woman who's trying to be a boy, so it sounds like a prepubescent boy being like, "Oh, gee, gooey guys," all the time. And it's just like that's not how I would have done it in my head. So I don't know. So even now, like when I play a lot of RPGs, I read really fast too. I'm like skipping 90% of that dialogue because I'm just like reading way faster than they're talking. Like I do not have the time to sit there and let them talk. And then like the little like I have no patience at all. So yeah. But anyway, I'm really hyped about this, and the fact that they're doing 1 and 2 as well next year is really cool. Although what an odd choice to do it that way. Like we're gonna do 3, and then next year we're gonna do 1 and 2, and then it's like. So basically, they were going to do 3 by itself, and then they felt like that's not enough. So
Right.
let's do all 3 of them. But then they were like, we're not going to have this done until like 2025, 2026, and that's just too long. So 3's done. So let's just release that bitch, make some money, and then we'll release the other 2. Like you could tell that like this wasn't like their plan per se, but it just kind of I felt like this is what ended up happening. So
That's what happened.
The other 2 will need more work too, man. Because I think 3's story really like elevated that game. Part 1 and 2, it's kind of I won't say it's bare bones, but it just needs some.
1 is
polish.
like nothing. 1 is
so,
like the regular one. There's like that game you can beat that game in like 1 sitting.
Yeah. So the story is very minimal. So yeah, they can actually fix a lot of things with that. So I like where they're going with the series, man. I'm really happy with the remakes. You know, I want eventually Part 5 to be done. I think that's considered the best one handed to Heavenly Bride. That's considered like I think it's considered the best Dragon Quest game. You know, it could be a different one now, but yeah, go up to 6 and
7 is really good too.
On the PlayStation, yeah.
And 6 on the DS is awesome. They're all good games. Yeah. So anyway, I like I said, pure hype, 100% buying this. Not buying the $200 collector's edition.
No.
Why not?
No.
Why not? It doesn't go with anything.
Comes with some plastic figurines, dude.
They're so cheap with the collector's editions these days, man. Like I remember my buddy Joel meeting when she was on the channel, and he bought that Grand Blue Fantasy collector's edition, the statue edition, and they made it look like it was so big. He opened up that thing; it was just like a small hand statue like that big, dude. I was like, I mean, it looked great, but it wasn't as big as they promoted it. It's like, dude, this is not worth it. Like, come on. So, collector's edition today, man, you got to be very selective of what you pick out, even if you're like, if you love that genre of game or series or whatever like that. Like, I just like, no way I'm buying this crap because it doesn't come with anything special. A lot of them are cheaply made and it's unfair. So, yeah.
Screw that, dude. Yeah, I completely agree. I don't want to spend the $200 is so much money. Like, I don't know why that's like
it's crazy.
Like, how is that just like the standard these days? Like
anything over 100, you have a little bit of buyer's remorse if you're not getting something phenomenal.
Yeah, and look at like the Ease collector's editions they did for Ease 8. They were like what $130 maybe or something.
No, they were $99 for those things when they came out.
Yeah, and they were fucking gorgeous, dude.
One of the best collector's editions I've ever seen, dude. Yeah. Like I got the Vita and the PS4 version of it because that's how much I loved it.
Wow,
so well done.
That's what I'm saying. And for $100, it's just like I don't understand. I don't see how they can sleep at night. But, it's inflation.
With your money.
They sleep happy, man. I'm thinking about your money.
Yeah, they've got your money. They're sleeping just fine.
They consider themselves honest crooks.
We got this. What is this? Funko Fusion? Funko Pops? What is this? Funko games?
Funko Pop the game now? Wow. Yeah, that's Funko Pop.
I'm so excited. I love Funkos, so I was all for it.
Really?
I do.
Yeah, he's got a whole bunch.
Yeah, they're all over.
So what is it? It's just Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a Lego, like the Lego games. It reminds me of that. That's basically what they're trying to do.
Does it actually have like not probably
no? And I said it would have been so cool. Like I know the Toys to Life thing is dead, which is another thing I loved. But it could have been cool to like pick up your Funko, scan it in, and then it drops in. Like that'd be cool. But no, they have a set list of how many are in it.
Oh. That would have been sick, though, dude.
Yeah, like that's perfect time.
Especially if you have like super rare ones already in your collection, you could pop those into the game and just flex on people.
Yep, exactly.
Oh man,
opportunity wasted.
Yeah, but people would just be selling scanned ones online, like they do with the Amiibos and all that other shit, and cheating them all out. Blah, blah, blah.
Good point.
Are Amiibos still popular?
I think they're dying out. They're less and less now.
They don't come out with that many anymore, I feel like.
I mean, they're going back to their 3DS days too. The Amiibos, wow.
Been around for a while.
So we got Luigi's Mansion 2 HD.
I actually like this. I recently got a Luigi's Mansion game on the 3DS. I don't know if it was this one, but
This is Dark Moon, I think, right?
yeah, I believe
This
it's
is-
Dark
yeah,
Moon.
this is Dark Moon.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think Dark Moon was the one I got. But yeah, man, I've never tried this series before, so I'm kind of looking forward to this one. I would rather play it on the Switch than the 3DS though. So yeah, this would be perfect as long as they're getting the physical, you know. But yeah, I can see some potential with this series for me.
You haven't played the first one, Reggie?
No,
Oh, dude,
Good.
such a good game.
really?
Yeah, really good. Really good game.
Have they re-released the first one? Like beside like on another system besides the GameCube?
3DS. It did come to the 3DS, which I know is not the. I want them to do it on the Switch, but with this going, we may see it.
Okay.
I'm hoping because, like I said earlier, when you know how that OCD collectors in me, it's like now they have 3 and 2 on the Switch. You can't leave me like
Can't
this.
leave out the one.
I
Yeah.
can't leave. If they don't, I'm gonna have to like print a freaking copy out, make a case, and put it on my shelf just to have it there to be like, oh, like what are you doing? Like that stuff drives me nuts, dude.
That's the real OCD. If you go all the way to do that,
Dude.
that's intense, bro.
I have
for you.
like I'm so like perfect example is on PlayStation 4 you can get Dead Rising 1, Dead Rising 2, and Dead Rising 4.
Yep.
You can't get 3.
That's right. 3 is only on Xbox, isn't it?
Yeah, and
It
I'm gonna literally buy it just to have it. in
It's-
my
it's-
look.
it's
I don't even
on
own an Xbox, but I'm gonna have that fucking game.
Yeah,
so
I
can
bought
have
it, man.
the third one because it drives me crazy.
It's actually a pretty cool game. I mean, and now I'm forgetting what the series is called. Dead
Rising.
Rising.
Dead
Rising.
Dead Rising.
I don't know why that just happened. But Dead Rising 4 was the first one I actually played and beat, which is hilarious. People
I'm
feel
sorry.
Like
Frank's big package.
I'm sorry. That's the
Yeah, that's
I,
nothing good.
oh,
no,
buddy.
I actually liked it because there was no timer or whatever like that. But then I played the DLC, the timer. I was like, oh my god, I gotta hurry up. This is annoying. But I kind of appreciated the timer aspect of it after I beat it. So I did beat part 2. I did beat the alternate version off the record, which is cool too.
Oh,
I
yep.
don't know about that one, but it's a cool series, man. And I wish that you could play them all on one system. It just the company who made it just shut their doors, or Capcom shut them down because of the lackluster sales of Part 4. And I think one of the main reasons was that because of the certain issues they took out of it, like the timer, the added DLC, which was pretty much the ending. You know, you got to make it a full package if you want people to bring people in it. The series has 2 movies, right?
Yes, I recently bought them. They're awful.
Yes,
I love them. though.
Oh, you love. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I love
too.
them. They're awful, but man, I love them. I love the movies based off games. As bad as they are, I love them.
Right on, man. Right on.
Yeah,
I've never seen them.
They're a trip. They're a trip. Definitely, they're worth watching.
So the fact that there's 2 of them and I haven't heard of them is impressive.
Well, they
It's,
were on Amazon for a while. Then they went to
Yep.
Tubi. Tubi. But I bought them on DVD because I liked them that much. I like the first one more.
Yes, agreed. The first one's a lot.
The first
better.
one follows the source material really well. The second one goes off of it a little bit, but it's still
Yeah.
good though. You know, they were gonna make a third one, but I guess they kind of like say we'll end it here. Unfortunately, yeah. I wanted the third one, bro. Oh man.
So the new Denpa men.
Woo.
Now, don't confuse them with the old Denpa men. These are the new Denpa men. Yeah, I don't know about this. It actually probably is a dope game if I was like 10. Like for real. Like this looks like a very like complicated game. And it's like a cutesy game. If I was a little kid, this would be probably fun to play with my friends if I was a little kid, but I just obviously not interested in unless you guys want to get and play.
Realistically, that's who Nintendo really markets to as kids. So
Yes, which is what I was trying to say earlier too about like when people are like, "Oh, why we get so many cozy girl games on the Switch?" I'm like, dude, because that's who fucking owns the Switch. Like a lot of people have those, man. It just is what it is. We're lucky we get all the mature, hardcore, crazy stuff we get on Nintendo. Which actually blows my mind is that actually out of all the companies, Nintendo is like the least censored these days as far as what they'll put on their consoles. Like they have.
Oh, really?
as far as especially like adult racier content type stuff, like yeah, absolutely. Like they're way less censored than anything else. So interesting. So yeah, here we go. We got Metal Slug Attack Reloaded.
So this is like a tower defense type game.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, although it looks like a tower offense game to me, if that makes sense. It doesn't look like you put towers and like the enemies are charging you. It seems like you're, I think, launching enemies at them. That's what it feels like.
So it looks
right?
like they're using the old animations from the other games.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I like sprite based like artwork for games.
Right.
I feel like Metal Slug just needs to get its name back in the mix so we get Metal Slug 8.
Yeah.
Finally. Because Metal Slug 8, I've been waiting on for years, man. They kind of talked about it. They hinted to it a long time ago, then it just fell off. So that was like over 10 years ago. So I would love to see Metal Slug 8. I would love to see it in sprite-based graphics, but more than likely they'll go with another graphical style for it. But I think this is kind of it'll get people like kind of pumped up for the Metal Slug series again, because a lot of the newer generation probably don't even know what Metal Slug is. It's been gone that long.
It has been gone for a while.
Yeah.
They'll probably let WayForward make it, and it'll look like a freaking mobile game. Something like that. Yeah, no, I legitimately am like, when you said a new graphic style for Metal Slug, it made me feel ill. Like, you no, absolutely not. It should not be a new graphical style. No.
Well, SNK. Go ahead.
It's like, did you guys have you played the new Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection?
No. I started it. I didn't get very far.
Oh well, it's literally designed to make you want to commit suicide. So I mean, if you
okay,
it is like it's got like 5 difficulties. If you put it on like the 3rd, you'll just not beat anything. It's so freaking awful. Like it is so hard. So that's not the problem though. But my point is they redid the art style. They gave it like this newer art style, and I can't stand it, dude. Like I
didn't like the look. It didn't look good.
Yeah, a game when it starts out a certain way, it's got to keep that certain graphical style, just improve it. Like going to 3D and then trying to make it look 2D. It's always been kind of weird to me. Like I'm happy and disappointed with the new game announcement. Fatal Fury, City of Wolves. I got Rome, Mark of the Wolves. They're going up with a new graphical style for that game. When the last build was actually 70% done, which was sprite based, but they decided to abandon that version and make a new 3D one with 2D coat of paint. So I'm sure I'll like it, but if I can get it, I love sprite work over everything, over most, or at least when the game started out that way, I would say. So yeah.
Right.
Oh boy. This game looks pretty sick. Darkest Dungeon 2.
I enjoyed the first one, so
yeah, I really enjoyed the first one. I'm actually definitely going to get this 100%. Is this out on PlayStation as well? Does this have a PS4 or PS5 copy?
Oh, I remember this game now.
I prefer to play it there than the Switch, but
I would imagine it is because the first one's on there, so I would assume the second one did.
Yeah, so these are like dungeon crawler type games, turn-based combat. But remember when I was saying earlier, like I like games that are like badass. That game fits the bill. Yeah, that game is 100% evil as fuck. It is so dark. It's just like everyone is either like going mad, like losing their mind. They're afraid. They're diseased. It's just so many bad things happening all the time. It's also just one of those games where you kind of have to like get used to like your characters dying and stuff like that because it's just a brutal type game. So. Did you guys play the first one?
I did, yeah. I liked it.
Briefly, yeah. I think I had a physical from Play Asia. I think it came from there.
Yeah, but I'm 100% looking forward to the new one. More classic titles coming. So this is the
So I love when this type of stuff drops. And now to find out, this game's going to be online, so you can play with 4 people easily.
That's what I was excited about. I like that.
Yes, man. It's very impressive because just a little. Well, me and Jason are doing a Game Boy Advance video, and we were going to show some 2-player games and coming up, and Zelda was going to be in it, so it's kind of nice to see that they're just releasing that now. And the Metroid Zero Mission, I mean, that game's on point, man. I mean, I haven't completed it all the way. I beat Fusion, which I love, but I love when these type of games drop on the eShop. So very cool.
Yeah, I didn't understand this one. We have Turok Remastered on the Switch. Why did they port the N64? Like,
I think
didn't get
because the one is an enhanced version, and people wanted to play the original. I guess I don't know why. That's weird. I thought they would have did a sequel or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, I was lost.
So
I thought it was Turok 3 at first.
I feel like what happened, I don't know, it could be wrong or whatever, but I feel like what happens is they pay for the licensing for the games so that they can remake them, and then they're like, try to double dip. They're like, screw it, let's just re-release. Now that we own this again, let's just throw it on this and see if we can double dip. Like, something like that. Like they already paid for it or way. I'm again, right. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Milk it.
it just seems like that happens a lot where there'll be like a new game coming out or something, and then a little while later they'll re-release the original. I don't know. Well, maybe I'm crazy.
Oh, that's fair.
But yeah, I am a super huge fan of retro couch co-op games being put online nowadays. That is sick. That is such a cool thing. Like, I dream that one day they'll put Tekken 3 back online, and I can play Tekken 3 online. Like, screw Tekken 8. I want to play Tekken 3. I want to play Tekken 3 online again. Let's go. Let's go.
The best Tekken in the series, still to this day, almost.
That's the only one I feel like playing 99% of the time. Like, I'll play. I like Tekken Tag quite a bit too. I think that's fantastic. But yeah, I don't know. That's my jam. That's just like the one I like the most. No, none of that super move bullshit. None of that crazy stuff. Like I said, I'm a boomer. Back in the old days, we only had 3 buttons. That's all you needed. So yeah, that's. I'm a huge fan of that. I think they should do that more often. This was unexpected as hell.
Totally.
Like, just couldn't. I'm surprised. I have Phantom Brave 1 on PS2.
Yeah, it was pretty. It wasn't as hardcore as a Disgaea, thankfully, but it was a good tactical game. It just was overshadowed by Disgaea, though. I mean, obviously, you've seen Disgaea has like 8 sequels, I think. But
up to 8. Yep.
Yeah, this one finally got a sequel because I guess it has a dedicated fan base, which is nice for them. But me personally, man, I can't get into tactical games anymore. It's just too much. I mean, if I only had a few games and I had a tactical game, then I could put time into it. But with all the other games I have, I feel like I'm just doing myself a disservice trying getting into a tactical RPG, especially trying to get the most out of it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So tactical RPGs are the worst games ever if you lose. Oh, you'll play one fight sometimes and it'll be like 45 minutes, an hour. And then if you die, and you're like, oh, I have to do that again. Like, oh my God. So it can be quite painful in that regard. So I don't blame you. Like, tactical RPGs definitely have that like feeling to them sometimes, but I crave that every once in a while. I'm like, I want like a really nerdy game, like something that makes me like think about freaking stats and spells and which counters and what resistances to like and calculating 3 things ahead. Like, every once in a while, like, I want that level of gameplay, just because, like, I don't know, I bounce around. I like to play an RPG when I just want to like chill and feel like overpowered, and then I'll play like a shmup for a while when I just want to play something super intense, like super challenging. And then I'll be like, screw that. And then I will like put on a movie game because I'm like, I just want to sit here and do nothing. I want to do quick time events. And then, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I go and like what I feel like at the time.
That's fair. I think a lot of us do that.
Yeah. Problem is I buy everything.
Yeah, a lot of us do that.
Because I'm like, yeah, someday I'll play it. Yeah, someday I'll play that too. Yeah. I'll take all that. Yeah, you know what? Just give me all 30 strategy games. That's a good plan.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll definitely. I own like all the Disgaeas. Haven't started them yet. I'm sure I'll get into them one day. Each one's like 200 hours, but yeah.
Playing all those games like that is kind of like equivalent. It's like the same thing as like trying to get all the trophies, like platinum trophies in games almost. I feel like when it comes to tactical RPGs. So.
Oh, I don't do that anymore. No more.
Well, there was a guy I remember
hunting, no trophy hunting. No.
Well, I saw they had this guy who had all these platinum trophies, and they showed his face in the picture, like to kind of represent him.
Yeah, he looked like he was dying.
He looked like he was dead, dude. I was like, wow, dude, like this is not the way I want to play my game.
Sense.
Yeah, he was totally out of it, and I said, man, that's almost like trying to complete like a bunch of tactical RPGs in a way. The time and that consumes you. It's like insane.
Here we go. Biggest
Probably
of the show.
my favorite announcement of the
Biggest
show.
announcement of the show.
Nope.
This to me, well,
No,
there was another. There's another two announcements actually that I was really excited about. But this one was the way me fucking shit.
This one is the one that really like woke me up. I was like, dude, finally. You know,
I love Marvel vs. Capcom. I do. Huge fan. I just recently spent $100 on the second one, and then they did this to me. Yes, they did this to me.
If you bought it on 100, you probably bought it on PS2.
I bought it on Xbox loose. $100. Yeah,
Damn.
and then they did this, and I looked. I was like, "Is this going to come to modern systems?" No, it is not. Okay, cool. And then they announced this. I was like, "Man, like I'm hyped. I'm gonna buy it. Don't get me wrong, but man, I'm so mad." I was like, waste of money."
Well, what happened was 3 years ago they started that free Marvel vs. Capcom 2 campaign, and it actually kicked off to something. You know, people didn't realize how big because it got pretty big. Celebrities were saying something about it. I think Michael B. Jordan said something about it. It was pretty crazy. So they finally put it together, and what they wanted to do in the meantime, they gave us that other Capcom collection that came out.
The fighting collection.
Yeah. So I think that was kind of like a precursor to this one in a way, but thank goodness this is coming out. And it sucks. I hate that you got the Xbox version, but at the same time, I'm happy for you because it's still collectible. Like it's Marvel, you know what I'm saying? So
it's one of my favorite arcade games. So I'm not like it's not like the worst thing. Like I'm just happy we get all of them in one thing, and we get the Punisher beat 'em up, which is
that's extra.
You know,
that was really cool.
Yeah,
and also maybe the Xbox One might be compatible with the 360 and Xbox One, so that might be cool too.
It is compatible with the 360. You can play it on the 360. That's how I was playing it. So
perfect. So right on, man.
Well, I'm so pumped for this, dude. I got the arcade sticks all ready to go.
You got them ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Perfect.
Just to let you guys know, it did get announced that these are getting a physical for Switch and PS4. So
let's go. Fantastic.
Wasn't it?
No,
was this
no Xbox?
No Xbox, man. They avoided Xbox, which is so weird. I felt bad because Xbox is. I feel like when it comes to social, not to physical media, they depend on Game Pass. So they pushing people to do Game Pass over physical. So Xbox, that's probably why Capcom kind of like went over them. You know, they're even putting this on Steam, I believe, too.
Can't blame them.
Vicious says that he wants the Capcom versus SNK series too.
That's what I think is coming next too.
That's what I was thinking. Yep.
Yeah.
And this is what so Capcom. God, dude, have you? I just wanted to do more. So many more collections. Have you played the arcade collections they have on the Switches? On the Switches, Jesus.
The Black Belt. I mean, it's called Belt Action games. Yeah.
Well, no. So there's the Belt Action Collection, which is a bunch of beat 'em ups, and then there's the fighting one. But they have just a Capcom arcade collection. It's just a digital release right now, but it's just like a million different Capcom arcade games that you can play.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The stadium thing.
Yeah. That's what it is.
I haven't touched it, but
I haven't touched it because I haven't touched it either because it's not physical. I thought they were eventually put it as a physical, but maybe they're still adding games and maybe they eventually do it.
So they have like 1, 2, and like 3 or whatever, but I've been hoping to God they would do it because, you know, Limited Run Games has been doing these collections with Konami and they've been doing all these collections. I'm hoping that they would do something for those and put them out, but I got impatient and bought them digitally because, like I said, I had the arcade stick and I was just like, oh, these collections would be so perfect for that. Like, I want to play Magic Sword with my arcade stick. Like, let's go. So I couldn't help
Magic Sword is fun, dude. I actually played that recently
good, dude.
Street Fighter 6 has this open arcade when you play online. So randomly they'll have Magic Sword and actually played it in the arcade within the game and beat it.
That's awesome.
I was like, dude. I was like,
what a cool way to play it.
I know, right?
Awesome.
It's hilarious.
Neat.
So I hope everybody buy these is what I'm trying to say and support this because I want them to keep doing it.
Absolutely, yes.
And then Capcom, if you're listening, because I know you are, because why wouldn't you be? I don't know. Please, they've done like every single Mega Man game on the planet. Can we please just get a Mega Man Legends collection with Tronbon in it, please? Just because I don't want to buy them. I don't want to buy Tronbon. Like I don't want to. But I would love to buy it on PS4 or 5 or something. That'd be great. So if you don't mind, do a little Mega Man Legends. And so what they should do is what you said, is they should release Mega Man Legends 1 and 2 at least, right? And like maybe HDify them, get the hype train going, and then release 3. Let's go.
Dude,
are they good? I thought about picking them up on my PS3 because the physical versions are so expensive. So I was like, I might as well just grab the. Yeah, they're like $10. So I was like,
Yeah.
I might.
So I didn't like Mega Man Legends 1 at first. I was like,
Okay.
yeah, Mega Man 3D. I was like, ugh. But then I played Mega Man Legends 2 and loved it. Went back and played the first one and enjoyed it. So I appreciated it. And then Tron Bond is a good game in itself as well. So I think if they release a trilogy, they would definitely add Tron. They would have to add Tron Bond with them. That would just help out better more. And that would kind of lead, if that got popular enough, then maybe they would finish Mega Man Legends 3. But the problem with that game is that the guy who created it left Capcom. So for somebody else to take the helm of it, it's hard for people to step up and do that sometimes, So it's like, but
no,
they are good games.
We'll just let the guy from
I'll
the
have to check them out.
Yeah, you'll like them. I mean, you don't. Yeah, part 2 is a little bit more serious for me, so that's why it pulled me in. But part 1 starts off nice and neat, then you'll figure out the story. They're worth the price, so just get them and then put them away until you're ready to play.
No,
into the backlog.
Yeah.
So they got the guy from The Last of Us to make part 3, and then like the first hour, Mega Man gets freaking destroyed by Zero, his face crushed in a machine. They kill him, they sell him off as scrap parts, and then you replay the game as Mega Man's cousin.
Dude, it's been 13 years since Mega Man Legends 3 got canceled too.
That's how they rolling with it.
Wow.
All right, so here's the real biggest announcement. Let's freaking go! Super Mario Party Jamboree, dude. I was honestly freaking so hyped for this shit. I'm a huge Mario Party fan. Like no, not joking around. Actually, I'm so excited for this freaking game, dude.
Tell me this, man. Mm-hmm. What is the weakest Mario Party game out there?
The shittiest one?
Yeah, shittiest one.
Probably Super Mario Party on the Switch. I think.
Really?
I don't like that one. Although the ones on the Wii are terrible. Like I don't like the ones on the Wii U. I don't like 8, 9, or 10 like at all. So, but I think 1 through 7 are dope, and then everything else is kind of man.
All right, cool to know.
My favorite's 3, and then on the
3 is like the most obscure one. Well, no, I should say the Game Boy Advance one that's probably the more obscure one.
That one's on the Game Boy Advance. Wow.
Oh yeah, I have that. That's the only one I have of it.
So
of course, I got that one.
Yeah.
These games aren't obviously great games if you're a solo player, but if you do have a group of friends that will play these games with you, they're so freaking fun.
Well, have they got to the point where they're online yet, or is just co-op, couch co-op?
That's what I was about to ask.
I think they are now. Yeah, I think the new ones are.
That's good to know.
So basically on the Switch, they came out with one called Super Mario Party, which I think it sucked. And I didn't like it at all because like the way that they took out like the board game element of it, and it's still like a board game, but it's not the same, like the way that you move around and everything. I just didn't like it. And then they released another one that was like a greatest hits version of like a bunch of other games, and they brought back a bunch of the old maps. And it was awesome. It's called like Mario Party Superstars or some shit like that. I don't remember. That one's really good. And I think that one sold a lot better than Super Mario Party. And so this new one, they went back to the old style, and they have the actual board games again, which makes me very, very excited. And this is like all online too, like you said. So that was huge too. Like you can play all these games online and compete in mini games online and stuff like that.
See, that's cool.
Yeah, pretty excited about that. Yeah, so I love these games. I'll probably buy them, play them with my friends once or twice. They'll get mad and then never play it again. That's
how it goes.
Yeah, and then until the next one releases, and we do it again.
Round 2.
Yeah, so I'm excited for it. So yeah, here's the big one, the big controversial one. Legend of Zelda.
Oh yeah, it's pretty popular.
It's indie franchise.
Dude, I think I would have received it. It would have been better received if they had a better graphical style. I think, to me, this is kind of like the cheap way to do it. I do like this style, but I liked it for the remake of a Link's Awakening.
Right.
They don't need to keep using this thing for it. And the whole thing of playing as Zelda, it would be better if hopefully she transforms to her counterpart, which is that what's it called? It starts with a name, Shirk or something like that. Sheik. Sorry.
Yep.
If she was like that in the game, it'd probably be really cool. But if she's just walking around like kind of like this as a sorceress, I don't know, man. I mean, we got to see. Nintendo hasn't really let us down. Well, I shouldn't say
Right.
well. They've been pretty good with the Zelda series, right? I would say so.
Yeah, for the most part.
And now it's time for Link to be saved finally. So it's about time.
So I don't care about any of that. So basically, this is the result of everyone making stupid jokes on the internet about Zelda and Link for the last decade and a half. Yeah, everybody's always like making the joke. I'm not even getting. I just
Why is it called The Legend of Zelda? You play as Link. Yeah,
exactly. It's just that joke come to life. They're like, okay, wouldn't it be funny if we actually did that? So it's fine. That doesn't matter. But the thing that bothers me about it is like I really like, I'm a huge 2D Zelda fan specifically. Like, I'm not really into the 3D ones. I don't dislike them. I ever hate them or anything, but I've always preferred the 2Ds.
That's fair.
And I would be at first, I would much rather have, with this style, like you said, a remake of the Game Boy games, like the Oracle games.
Yes, that's what I said.
That would have been much cooler.
I agree. Yep.
And my big problem with this is that, like, if you want to make Zelda the main character, that's fine. But like, why can't you just give her a sword and a fucking bow and let it be a Zelda game? Like, why can't I play a Zelda game? Like, now you've made my Zelda game into a magical puzzle adventure, and that
I checked out.
Okay, but that doesn't. Like when they were like, you don't get to fight, you could summon monsters to fight for you. And I was
out.
Oh,
that's where I lost interest.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was going to be like an action game like the other ones. My Zelda video that came out today, I was like, the reason I put it together was one of the reasons I put it together because this is coming out. But I assumed it was going to be an action game just like the other ones.
You spawn in like chairs and tables, and then you spawn monsters to fight for you. It took Zelda has always been known to fight. She's had weapons, and they took it away. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. I turned the video off. I was like, yeah, I'm out. Like, I checked out. Yeah, I wasn't interested anymore. Even my girlfriend, who's huge into it, even she was like, nope. Like, it just they took it away. They took out what would have been good.
Yeah, man.
So good.
Well, maybe they're just showing us a little bit. You'll get to play as Sheik, and then it'll be like an action game kind of. I don't know.
That'd be a good way to do it. That would be she switches into Sheik, and then you have like combat of some sort. I think that would be good. That'd be
switch back to Zelda.
You summon, see that? Look,
they'd be Sheik the entire time. Yeah.
You summon like things, and you ride around them to fight and stuff like that. So I guess there is some sort of a combat-ish, I guess. But I don't know. It's
basically like you're a summoner in the game, yeah. So
I'm not writing it off for saying that I wouldn't play this game, but this is 100% like this is not a day one purchase. This is wait till it's on sale game.
And I mean,
$40.
Yeah, so which that's the best you can hope for.
She has always been Magic, like Retro Complex just said in the chat. She has always been Magic focused, so it makes sense. It's not for me. At the end of the day, it's marketed to somebody else. It's for somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
Yeah, she could still use magic. I just don't. It doesn't have to be a sword and a shield and bow. Just like I said, I just want it to be more like action, like a Zelda game. I don't know, just make it like a regular Zelda game. And like, I don't know. Like I said, it'll be fine, but it's not what I was hoping for.
Agreed.
Myself personally. Yeah. And the only thing that sucks about it too now is that like now if no matter what happens, this is dope. This is dope. You guys saw the Hyrule Edition Switch Lite, which again, I wish it wasn't a Switch Lite. I wish it was a regular Switch, but this is cool. I like the throwback style, the gold. I'll probably pick this up if it's not like outrageously priced.
So, wow. I wish they would have went with a. I guess this is a cheaper route to go, obviously, and a safer route because the Joy-Con problems and stuff like that. So if they make the Joy-Cons a part of the system, then okay. How much is it going to be? Did they say?
No, I'm hoping it's $199.99.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I would actually probably get this too because I can finally dock my Switch and just play my Switch games on the TV. My Switch is always on the go. Like the matter of fact, it's right here. Never docked. But I want it to be docked, but I'm always like running around using it. So to have a docked system would be perfect. So yeah, I might pick that up.
Yeah, it's a collectible. The only thing about, like I said, that's going to be annoying is like if this game doesn't do well, everyone's just going to say, "Well, that's because no one likes playing as a girl." Like,
I think it will, man. Because has there been a Zelda game that hasn't really done well? Yeah. So I think
Well,
we're
like
gonna find some-
comparison to what? You know what I mean?
I mean,
Like
to another Zelda game, like like
yeah, I don't
know.
think Link's Awakening did anything close to Breath of the Wild numbers.
Oh, no.
That's what you mean.
Yeah, no.
So I mean, they all sell well.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
there's
Zelda.
never been like a flop.
It's a household name. Like
you
you
know.
buy it just because it is Zelda. Like
Right.
Like, I doubt Skyward Sword was incredibly successful.
With the controls and stuff like that being on the Wii.
I still haven't bought that game.
Didn't they port it over?
Yeah, they did. Let's Dance came out with stuff. That's great. New Lego adventure on the horizon.
I think I'll probably get this, man, because it's based on Horizon Zero. Yep, it is. It's Aloy. I'll probably get this, man.
it just confuses me. I like out of all the I don't know. It was a weird announcement. I was shocked. I was
Very
like,
weird.
I thought it was a joke. I thought it was like one of those like we're messing with you things, but no,
Mhm.
it's a legit thing.
The Lego games are pretty fun, honestly. You know,
True.
And
Yeah, they are
you
good.
know, I really like the Zero Dawn series or Horizon Zero Dawn. So because I beat both of those games. I almost got platinum on both of them, and I never did. But that's how much time I put into them and really enjoyed them. Did all the side quests, all the story-based event. So seeing something extra like this, I'll probably pick up too, just for the hell of it. Wait, it is getting the physical, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's weird that to see a PlayStation.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It's just odd.
the
I'm seeing
strange
like
thing.
God of War Lego. Okay. it's an interesting thing. But I'm actually for it. I think that there should be more collaboration between the companies.
Yeah.
Like
I agree with that.
I don't want Xbox to go out of business. I don't
They're-
want that. You know what I
They're
mean? Like, I
not
don't want
meant-
it to just be Nintendo and PlayStation. I don't want
Yeah, because
that.
there's room for all three of them. It's just Xbox, man, with the whole Game Pass thing. They found out how much money they can make with the new generation people because they on Game Pass like that. They love being able to have access to play games on their phone or tablet anywhere they go. They can sign to their account. Boom, they're playing this game or whatever like that. So Xbox really blew up with that, and I can understand why they're going that route. But at the same time, they don't have to stop physical media, but it seems like they are, which sucks. So
That's a good point. Best thing with Lego games, they all have the licensed music. That stuff's super important. Mhm.
So the Range Jurassic Park, they're really good. I have to check those games. I have to look at more Lego games.
There's so
That's why-
many. There's so many.
There are.
And then a lot of games that have licensed characters and licensed music and stuff like that end up being pretty collectible because they're always a bitch to port because of all the licensing issues and everything. That's why like every Spider-Man game is fucking worth mad money because it's like everyone's like, we're not fighting over Spider-Man. We're not. It's like always a pain in the ass. So something to think about too.
That's why those ones are like kind of stuck on the 7th gen. The Shattered Dimensions and Edge of Time, Web of Shadows. Yeah, good games. Web of Shadows.
Well, that one, for some reason I thought I heard it was at one point getting ported and then like it got shut down.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember, but with Spider-Man, you never know who actually owns that.
Yeah, because the Spider-Man Web of Shadows is weird because it has X-Men in it too. So the ownership was Fox owned X-Men. Now I think it's back at Disney. And it's just weird, man. Like all the licensing rights that you have to deal with. But the cat game, as we see here, Stray. Dude, have you seen the videos of the people like playing it on TV and their cat is watching them and looking at the TV like the cat's like reacting to it? It's hilarious, man. Like it's so like the cats they think they're real and everything like that. So it's kind of cool, like watching the cat watch somebody play a video game. This game at least.
I have a German Shepherd, and I watch my buddy's German Shepherd, and there's been a couple shows we watched that have like wolves on them and shit, and they like attack the TV, dude.
Yeah,
they get up and their hackles go. I'm like, oh my god, do not break my TV! I swear to God, freaking animals. Yeah,
Stray is a cute looking game. This came out on the PS. Yeah, I'm right. It came out on PS4, PS5, so it's just support of the Switch. Yeah, correct. I think it's cool they're able to get it on the Switch. I mean, they probably had to really work hard to get this on the Switch to work it because downgrading
a very, very beautiful game. So
yeah, but people demanded it. They wanted to play it on their Switch. They want to play it on the go.
It's a fun game. I recommend it if you ever played it. What do we got next here? We're almost done, boys. Welcome home, Hobbit.
Yeah, Mr. Frodo.
Potatoes. So yeah, I'm not sure what I feel about this. So would you just hang out in the Shire and chill and smoke fucking bottom leaf and shit? Like, what are we
I
doing?
don't know, man. I'd rather have second breakfast than probably play this. This is not looking too hot.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you know, they're having their second breakfast right there. I feel like it's just, I don't know, man.
Dude, I will say my girlfriend is a huge Lord of the Rings fan and a huge farming sim fan, and even she wasn't interested in this.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
and that said something to me. I was like, okay, cool. That's a red flag.
I think it's something about the look too, man. They have to make those
It's
games look.
weird. Like it's
Yeah.
a strange look. Yeah.
Yeah, they just, I don't know. They're not putting the effort into the graphics, or they're just not going with a graphical style to really, you know, go resonate with a lot of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this game right here, man, jeez. Ace Attorney. These are pretty fun games. If you get all your facts right. If you don't have the facts, man, you look stupid. But this is kind of cool to see. But it's not the type of game I'll play though. Yeah. It's just too much you got to pay attention to. And I'm not all about that when it comes to these type of games.
You guys hear me okay?
Yeah. Oh, are the headphones set?
Yeah, of course my headphones died, so I had a backup plan.
Right on, man. Right on. But yeah, Ace Attorney is back with a new game. I don't know if Ace is in it himself, but they haven't shown him yet.
I've never actually played one of these games. I did buy the collection that came out recently, Ace Attorney Chronicles or whatever.
Mhm.
Just
nice.
because everybody says they're really fun, but I've never actually played these games. So I'm not sure if they're good. They look fun. Everybody says they're decent.
I played them on the DS, the original ones, and I mean I enjoyed them enough.
Mhm.
So basically like visual novels kind of, right? But
Yeah.
they're played in the
100%.
courtroom.
What's weird, they actually started out on the Game Boy Advance in Japan. And then when we got them over here, they came to the DS.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Do they have don't they have like a Harvey Birdman version of this?
They do on the Wii and PS2, yeah.
Harvey Birdman is actually pretty funny though.
I would rather play that. I'm going to be honest. I'm a Harvey Birdman fan, so I missed that Adult Swim time period just in general.
It had a sequel,
Space
like
Ghost and Sea Lab and shit like that.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast, yes.
I still love
Peak
that,
Adult
dude.
Swim. That was when Adult Swim was up here. Now it's just
Dude, Sea Lab was amazing when that I didn't even know what Sea Lab was when I first saw it. I thought it was actually like some cartoon from the 70s, you know what I mean?
yeah, right.
At first, and then you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck are they talking about? What is this? It's so out there. That show is incredible if you've never seen it. The episode where the captain gets stuck underneath the soda machine. I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Where he becomes friends with a scorpion and he gets addicted to the scorpion juice from being stabbed so much. Oh my God, you gotta see it. Oh man, it is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my freaking life. So anyway, look up the Sea Lab episode where I don't know, Captain gets stuck under soda machine. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen, dude. Yeah, sorry, a little off topic. We're gonna get through this. We're almost done. So this one is the 100-line Last Defense Academy. No, super Japanese. Looks fun. Some waifus. What do you think? You get some.
Sorry, I looked at that scene about the captain under the seat. I'm laughing at it right now.
We should just watch that. Screw this.
I just looked at it while you were talking about it.
It's so funny, man. You gotta see the thing with the scorpion. Oh God, I can't do it justice. I don't even want to tell you. I don't want to describe it because it'll ruin it. It's so good. Oh man, this show's so funny. There's a lot of really funny episodes. But yeah, this game is I don't even know. It looks all right. It looks like a quality game. It doesn't look cheap.
Yeah, it looks like, but
it's very Japanese. It's like a strategy RPG where you defend your high school. And I don't know, man. Just games about being in high school aren't really.
It looks like
it reminds me of
Danganronpa. Yes,
that's what
I was thinking. Yes.
And I need to actually pick up the collection of that series, man, because those games are actually really good. I didn't think that
They're
about them at first.
phenomenal. I
Yeah.
loved them. I played them back on the Vita, and man,
With
I
original
loved
system.
them.
Yep.
Yep,
Right on.
Best thing to play it on, in my opinion.
And there's a collection for it on PS4, right? Like all 3 of them.
Yes, it's all 3, and then the new island-based game thing.
Okay, I need to go ahead and get that.
I think I have.
Matter of fact, I might do that on my second screen while we're watching these videos.
Purchase is being made as we speak.
Yeah.
It never stops.
This is a purchase for me. Definitely grabbing Romancing Saga 2 the remake. This looks really fantastic.
Yeah, the Romancing Saga games, man, are like, dude, they're really deep. Not at first because they start off pretty weird usually, but once everything comes together, it's like, wow, something special.
So they're different, which is what I like about them. They're not afraid to be weird. And I kind of like that. You know what I mean? Like a lot of games try to play it safe and they don't really try to have an identity. And I think these games definitely do. They're not afraid to give you like some strategy options too. So I don't know. This looks solid to me. I'm looking forward to it. I've been collecting like all of these on the Switch. They've come out with like Romancing Saga 1, 2, 3 on the Switch. And Saga. There's like 4 or 5 of them already out on the Switch. So they're cool games if you want to try them out. And last announcement. Have you guys heard of this silly game?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Metroid Prime.
Galactic Federation. I remember that game on the 3DS. That was an awesome game.
That is an awesome game. It also got really expensive for a minute there when everybody was freaking out. Yes,
really?
For when the 3DS was like everyone was just going crazy for it.
Yeah.
Game was selling for like $150, dude.
Oh, was it when the shop was shutting down?
Yeah.
It was a little before that happened, actually. It's like when the hype train started going hard.
Okay.
So I'm happy that this game is finally, like, they show footage of it finally, because they supposed to show footage years ago, but I guess they scrapped that version of it, which I still want to see how that version turned out. But,
totally different developer, right? They like gave it.
Yeah, I believe so.
I
believe so. Yeah. So I'm hoping with this game, before it comes out, they'll release part 2 and 3 physical for the Switch, just in time for this one to come out. So hopefully we'll lead up into that. So I was expecting some kind of announcement of part 2 being physical,
right?
But we'll see if that'll happen. But I think they announced this for late 2025.
Yeah.
Oh, was it early 2025?
I don't even know if I think they just said 2025. I don't even think
I'm assuming it's gonna be late 2025 because they like to release this type of stuff during the holidays. Like, oh, big sales. But yeah.
And they also didn't say. They also just say did not say coming to Switch 2025. They just said coming out in 2025. So like Jason even speculated.
Yeah, it's about to say that.
It says Switch right there though.
Okay. So maybe they'll do like a dual release thing. They'll have it like on both consoles or something like that.
I could see that happening.
Or if the new console takes Switch games, it'll probably just upgrade it, or just be put
PS5 type upgrade type situation.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but who knows?
That's very not Nintendo.
Yeah, that's what I was
thinking.
Nintendo
ain't giving you nothing for free, bro.
They'll make another version.
No. They'll be like, actually, you have to buy a Metroid Prime adapter. That's for each game. You have to get a special adapter so you can play.
That is very Nintendo.
Dude,
how do you guys feel about the Echo Prime games? Like, are they pretty good in your opinions? Like story wise, action wise?
So I haven't played all of them. I've only played the first one.
Okay.
And I thought they were fantastic.
I've never played a Metroid game in my life.
Oh wow.
Yeah, everybody says I'm missing out. They look fun. I have never gotten around to them for some reason. My girlfriend loves them, but I haven't.
Well, a good one to start with is the 2D ones, I think. No, you can probably start with 3D ones too, but probably Fusion, Zero Missions, Super Metroid is good. If you play Metroid 2, play another Metroid Remake 2, which is a fan-made game. That's the better version to play out of those.
Okay.
And then Metroid, what's the fifth one called that just came out on Switch a couple of years ago? Dread. Yeah, Dread. I still got to get past Dread.
That's good.
I'm being stalked by that freaking monster still. So I'm like, oh, put this down.
I heard it's really hard. That's what I was told. Is Dread's really hard.
It is if you're not used to the Metroid games, because usually Metroid games you're loaded up with weapons when you get them all, so you fight back, but you're constantly running from your enemy while you finish objectives, so it could be kind of like like it could probably bother people a lot, turn them off from the game.
Yeah, and then they have like a lot of situations that you have to go through water, which slows you down, and then and it's like gives you mad anxiety.
Okay.
It's a fun game though. I liked it, so I really enjoyed it because I felt like it was like a horror game. It's like survival horror. Reminded me of that.
Sold.
It can,
Dread.
Fusion and Dread can be considered the survival horror of the series, definitely.
Yeah, gave me that
Especially
like
Fusion
anxiety.
too. Oh my god, yeah, but more so Dread. But yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Those will be the first two I check out then.
Right on.
Speaking of anxiety and dread, you know what time it is?
I do. I can feel it.
It's time for the Fixie quiz. Oh yeah. So basically what we do here is we have a little quiz. Ask some questions. The guests can answer them. There's no prizes. There's no punishments. It's just for fun. This quiz is especially designed for you though, RadBash.
Oh no.
So my man Pavel, he said that he watched some of your content and he said that these are all games that you hopefully have mentioned. So hopefully it should be good. Hopefully it's not too hard.
Okay.
He says, well, I don't want to give it away because then you might know exactly what it is. So, and then Reggie, you can feel free to just jump in and answer ones if you don't get them. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Why not?
No problem.
Question number 1, sir. So ones are these first a couple are GameCube ones.
Okay.
Just for hints. This game was originally supposed to launch for the N64, and it started development around 1995.
Star Fox Adventures.
Let me finish the question. I'm not done. It got scrapped, but it eventually resurfaced on the Nintendo GameCube in 2003.
Star Fox Adventures.
That's not right.
No?
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No.
Yeah, it was
That's
the
not what
Dinosaur Planet, and then it got changed over.
Well, I don't know. That's not what I have. I have Kirby's Air Ride.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
I don't even know if that shit's right.
Love Kirby Air Ride, but I didn't know that. Yeah, I knew that Star Fox Adventure started as Dinosaur Planet, and then they just switched it over. Yeah, that's cool though. I didn't know that about Kirby's Dream Air Ride.
I don't know any of these things. Question number 2.
Okay.
In late 2004, McDonald's released an LCD-based game as part of their 8 Sega LCD games, the other 7 of which were based on Sonic Heroes. So there were 7 games. There's 8 of them. 7 of them were based on Sonic Heroes, and 1 was based on this GameCube game.
Oh man, I don't know. I know the Crash Bandicoot ones. I know all the Sonic ones. I'm drawing a blank on that one. I don't know.
Reggie, you got any idea?
I do not.
Yeah, neither would I. The answer is
Oh!
Adventure.
I didn't know that. That's a cool design though. I'm gonna have to look for that on eBay now.
I've never even seen these things, but they're kind of cool. I love Sega stuff, so that's a very odd thing to have, I feel.
That's neat.
Yeah, collecting McDonald's toys and stuff like that is definitely interesting. All right, we're moving on to Xbox 360 questions.
Okay.
So this question is Naomi Watts, Adrian Brody, Jack Black, Evan Park, Jamie Bell, Jesus, how many people? Thomas Kretschmann, Andy Serkis, and Colin Hanks all reprised their roles from the movie, making this one of the few video game adaptations where the entire cast is in the game. The fact that the director himself was one of the game producers may have had something to do with it. What was the game?
King Kong, great game. Phenomenal first-person shooter.
That is correct. Bang,
Love
bang,
that
bang.
game.
Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie. So I've actually went on a little King Kong Godzilla kick a few months ago, like most people probably did when Godzilla -1 came out. I was like, I feel like watching everything that has to do with Godzilla and King Kong. And I remember everybody was like, that movie sucks. That movie, Peter Jackson's movie. And I freaking liked it. I loved it. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was freaking disgusting. I don't know. So I think it got unnecessary hate. Peter Jackson is the man. No, question 4. EA and Visceral Games had big plans for a specific franchise. At least, wait a minute. God damn it. These Russian English is terrible. At least 2 more games were expected, along with the live action film. But middling sales seemed to put an end to those plans after Visceral Games closed down in 2017. Oh my God. All right. So this game, all right, so there's a game series that Visceral Games that did really well. And they had 2 more games planned that they were going to do and a live action film, but the sales didn't do great. So the game closed down, or the studio closed down. Do you know the name of the game that they made?
Oh man, Visceral. Is that Dante's Inferno? Or is that Dead Space? No, it's not Inferno. Okay, cool. Right on.
Done. So congratulations.
My buddy Belmont was talking about this. That makes.
Yeah, apparently they were going to make a couple more games, a whole movie. It's supposed to be a big deal, but didn't happen. Nice job, man.
I was playing his clip in my head. I hear him in my brain.
Question 5. This game was planned for the Panasonic M2, but due to the failure of the 3DO, it was never released, leading for the game to be released instead on the N64 and the PlayStation.
I got no idea.
It is Gex. Enter the Gecko.
Funny enough, I was thinking Gex, but I didn't say it. I was like, maybe Gex, but I was like, I've never talked about Gex before.
I don't know. What's funny is I'm pretty sure that I played Gex on a 3DO. Like, it's the first time I ever played a 3DO. I was in Radio Shack and they had one, and I'm pretty sure that is what I played. And I remember at the time just being like, man, this controller sucks.
The 3DO, yeah.
That's all I could think of. And I was like, also just couldn't believe how freaking expensive that thing was. And, the PlayStation was like out and it smoked that thing. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Why the hell would pay like $500 to play Gex on this piece of shit? Where you could go play Twisted Metal and Legacy of Kain and all these great games on the PlayStation. I was like, that's just, and again, that was like $200. So I don't know. It was crazy. Question number 6. In the original Japanese version, the characters in this game speak English because the story happens in Wales, but it has Japanese subtitles. During the localization process, instead of just translating the subtitles, they just removed it altogether. This is a PS1 game.
Oh man, I got no idea.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Kudelka?
Well done.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that is that's considered a survival horror RPG. So just to let you know.
That's the first
my buddy
Shadow
John
Hearts
talked
game,
about
right?
this. He mentioned this in one of our collabs. I think this is where your guy's getting his questions from, is all the collabs, which I don't know a lot of these games, so I'm going to be bad at this. He should have hit my solo videos.
That's true. I don't know.
I'm learning. This is a great experience. I'm learning things I didn't know.
That game is, like I said, I believe the prequel to Shadow Hearts, right? Isn't that like connected somehow?
Yep.
Yeah.
It sure is.
So I never knew that. I actually have all the Shadow Hearts games. And I never knew that about Kudelka. And of course, when I found out, I was like, "Oh, well, I'll go ahead and pick it." Oh, god damn it!
It's pricey.
Kudelka
So expensive.
it was originally supposed to be an action game, but they ran out of like development resources, so they made it into an RPG instead. But you could tell the cinematics and how you control the character. It reminds me a little bit of Parasite Eve, but it's definitely like a survival horror thing to it. The cinematics are really well done. The voices are really well done. So it's an eerie game. It's pretty cool to play.
Yeah, I'll probably just emulate it.
Yeah, that's the safe bet, man, because that game can be difficult too. Because it's a tactical RPG.
So there's
somewhat tactical, not like a hardcore, but you can move your character around on the play field if you want. So you can do all that.
most of the PS1 games I want now are like $200 plus at least. So it's like I'll pick them up as a treat every week. One a year when I get my tax return or something, I'll grab one of those games, something like that. But that's how I collect stuff like that. I'm in no rush, or I'll trade. I'll just decide I don't want my 3DS games anymore or something and trade them all away or some shit. No, I'm not doing that. All right, question 7. Until the Arcade Archives release, the only proper re-release of this game was on the SNES. The Genesis version was a reformulated game due to cartridge limitations.
Drawing a blank, I don't know.
Until the Arcade Archives release, the only proper release of this game was for this SNES. The Genesis version was okay. So this was an arcade game, and then they released it on the SNES, and then the Genesis got like a nerfed version of it.
Yeah.
What? I'm a guess here. I guess was it Mortal Kombat?
It was Sunset Riders.
Oh.
Well, the Genesis version was missing some levels, but it was more, to me, it was more like kind of like trying to be what the arcade was. Like you actually can continue at the same point you die at, which was nice. When you analyze the Super Nintendo version, they start you back at the beginning of the level. So I felt like the Genesis version was cool. But yeah, I wouldn't have picked that one. That's cool.
What? Okay, so this game, the sequel, is called Ghoul Patrol.
So Zombies Ate My Neighbors is the first one. Yep.
That is correct.
Got it.
I've never actually played Ghoul Patrol.
I didn't like it as much as I like Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Yeah, they just threw it together. A lot of people don't even know that game exists.
Yep.
Yeah, I got the little compilation from LRG, but I've never even tried it. I do love Zombies Ate My Neighbors, though. That is an absolutely fantastic game. So, question 9. This game has an Easter egg that may be unique to it on the N64, where entering Vortex as your name and then holding down the reset button on the console makes an animation play of robots getting sucked into a vortex.
Nope. Don't know.
I'm just laughing because in my mind, I'm just imagining someone asking me these fucking questions. I would never know any of these. So don't feel bad, bro.
I'm like, nope. I got no idea.
Bro. Reggie, have you entered Vortex as your name and then hold on the reset button on this?
What game would do that though?
I have no idea.
Would it be Zelda?
These are all. It's an N64 game.
And it's got
so many
robots.
So many crap. Jet Force Gemini. Damn. What is it?
It's freaking Tetrasphere.
Man, we would have never guessed that.
Yeah, no.
Never.
See, you guys have to understand.
I've never even played half these
Tetris.
games.
Pavel is obsessed with Tetris. When in doubt, say Tetris on this show. Like 9 out of 10 questions are about Tetris.
Tetris, all right. When in doubt, say Tetris.
Tetrasphere. I've never heard of that game. All right, question 10. The developers of this game felt their elf character was too sexually ambiguous as a character class. As a result, the character was replaced with a purely female archer. Interesting.
I want to say female
It's an N64.
Gauntlet Legends.
Let's go.
Nice.
That man knows his sexually ambiguous characters, folks.
Hell yeah.
No. He's like, that's the only one I know.
Because that was my part. That was my part in the class.
He's the one who petitioned. He's like, I want a sluttier elf. God damn it. You give her some bigger boobs. She's too ambiguous. I want to clearly know what I'm looking at.
I wrote the article. It was me. That's why I wear the mask.
Very well done, sir. I haven't been keeping score. So that means you win.
love that theme.
Oh, that's good stuff. All right, gentlemen, we have a choice. Do we want to take a break, show some pickups, or would you like to talk about the LRG showcase?
I feel like we can show some pickups.
Just some pickups? All right, let's do some pickups. Yeah, I'll do a little break ski instead of reviewing a bunch of cripe. Who would like to go first?
I guess.
I'll go first because I only have 3 things, so it'll be quick.
Nobody told Rad we were doing pickups. They're over across the room. So
That's all good. You want to take a minute? You don't just grab a couple things if you want. If you're not, we can move on to the other thing. Like I said, I only have 3 things really quick. So
yeah, I got about 7 things.
So I actually got 1 game, but it's a good one because I've been waiting for this one for a while. But I finally got my copy of Madison VR, the Cursed Edition.
Right on.
PSVR 2.
So that plays like a Fatal Frame?
Sort of. I haven't played it, so I don't know. But yeah, it looks like you got a camera. Okay. And I've heard that this is like one of the scariest games on the PlayStation, hands down. Like people say this is like freaking terrifying. So I'm pretty excited to play this because I do like horror games in VR. Like I said, I was talking about that earlier with Resident Evil 7. Mm-hmm. So this game looks dope as hell. And it looks terrifying. And I literally just got it today, so I haven't tried it yet. But
what is the game?
Madison VR.
Oh, so I have that.
It's got like a regular flat screen game release, but this one is the actual VR mode required version. The VR.
Okay, mode. I have the regular, the non-VR.
So PSVR 2 games, I think are going to be pretty damn collectible because there's not going to be that many. Like I feel like there'll be less than 50 of them total when all is said and done. Yep. And they get printed in pretty small quantities. Like they're not getting big print runs of these games. So what's happening is like they're not really getting price dropped. It's kind of like Switch. Like some of them getting price drops, but some of them they're not really getting price dropped, and then they're just selling out and becoming really expensive.
Okay.
And so like this one like just came out and it's already been selling out in some storefronts and stuff like that. So I would definitely get this one if you're on the fence because it's a horror game and it's a PSVR 2 game, and I don't think it's going to get a huge print run. So I would just get it because I think this will be a desirable game in the future for sure.
Okay.
And one thing I do want to point out just while I am talking about VR games is that the Star Wars Galaxy Edge game for PSVR 2. The ESRB version, not that like is like impossible to find right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. It's like wicked expensive, and like there's like none of them even on eBay right now. Like there's none for sale. Like all there are the PAL versions. But if you want, like if you look like the ESRB versions, they are selling for like $70, $81. And like that's like it. There's like nothing even on here, bros. Like it's becoming like impossible to find that game. So yeah, I would get it.
It's usually when I pick up the PAL version because I don't mind buying the PAL games. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, I was actually looking at that for Danganronpa, the PAL version, but that version is expensive now too. Like
So it's like I shared my screen terribly. Anyway, it's one of those things where like I don't personally mind as long as it has no online features and no DLC. If it's got DLC or online features, then you're locked to whatever region it is, and that's a pain in the ass. Yeah. So, but if it's just like all in the disc, then it doesn't matter at all. But if you're like a collector and you want like a full ESRB set or something like that, then if it does matter to you, let's put it that way. If that matters to you, that version is like I would get it now before it gets to be freaking outrageous. I just have a feeling that that's going to be nuts. I just recently bought a copy for $70 because I could see the writing on the wall with that one. Like it was like 50 forever, and I was like, it'll get a price drop. It'll get a price drop. It'll get a price drop. And now it's sold out, and it's going for 80 to 100. Fuck. So I'm like, that's that. I just bought it. I'm not waiting anymore. So yeah, and I'm not saying it's like a great game or anything like that. I just know it's super collectible. So.
Okay.
Yeah. And then now that I said that, it'll get reprinted tomorrow and it'll be like $5 or whatever. And then I got 2 movies. I picked up The Crow 4K.
Nice movie.
the new one came out. It looks like shit, so it made me want to watch the
It
old
looks
one again.
terrible.
It looks so
awful.
bad, dude. It looks like complete dog shit.
That scene, the car scene in the river, man, it's so epic how it looks, man. Like when he ties into the car and then he puts the brake, he puts the gas, and lets him drive.
I haven't seen this since I was like fucking 16, bro.
Oh, never mind. You're not gonna remember anything. You're gonna get a great experience.
All I remember is fire it up, fire it up, fire it up. That's all I remember. I just remember that guy saying that, and then him having a bad day right afterwards.
Yeah, that movie is so good, man.
Great movie.
So good.
Yeah, so I'll pop that on and watch that. And
Ernie Hudson's in it, right? He's the detective.
He's the cop.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, but this film is a much finer film, hands down. I mean, nobody really can question that. I picked up Krull on Blu-ray.
Oh no.
Liam Neeson's in that too, right? Yeah, that's the one where I remember that movie, that weird spider in that
This
area.
movie is pure fine cinema.
It's a trip.
Dude, it's so good. Basically, the whole premise of this movie is he has this super cool glaive thing he throws. And that's like the whole movie. It's like super cool. And it shoots laser beams. And he fights that big fish-looking motherfucker. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those movies that I really liked when I was 8 years old. And it was like $7. And I was like, you know what? I need Krull in my life for $7. Let's go.
I like bad movies too. Killer Clowns from Outer Space is like my favorite movie of all time. So,
dude, they just reached the game for that.
I was kind of looking at it, but
looks weirder. Yeah, like not really good.
No physical.
Yep, that was me. I was like, because I have a shelf dedicated to Killer Clowns from Outer Space, so I wanted the game physically, and it didn't happen. So I was like, yeah, I'll wait. I learned. I'll wait, and we'll see.
Right on.
I think it has a chance of getting a physical release, but we'll see. Looks fun though, and I do love those movies. They're absolutely fantastic. Well, the movie.
What you gonna do with those pies, boys? Never get this.
So my favorite part about Killer Clowns from Outer Space is the I don't know if you realize it, but there's the girl takes a shower.
Yep.
And it's like 47 minutes long in the movie. Like it's like if you watch that, what she gets in the shower, time it until she gets out of the shower.
Been in there for that long.
It's like 17 scenes have happened, and then she's just getting out of the shower. I'm like, she's been in the shower for the whole movie. Like, damn, she's just getting out now. What the freaking heck? I don't know. Weird details like that always stick with me, but that always made me laugh. But that movie's great, dude. It's just like that's what I was saying before we started the show. Like I like horror movies that have that sense of humor.
Yeah,
they're a little silly and goofy, and they're funny, and they're like self-aware. Yeah, like they freaking put him in cotton candy, and he takes out the giant twisty straw.
It drinks the blood. Yeah,
like all through. Come on, that's just stupid. That's awesome. I like it. That's creative. No, I enjoy this stuff. Reggie, you want to go?
Yeah. So yeah. From Pixel Heart. Oh wow. So I got a stain on here. I was like, oh, what the hell? Where'd that come from? Okay. I was like, thank God it wasn't on the cover. I was like, oh my God. But I got the King of Fighters 98 final match for the PS4.
Nice.
This comes from Pixel. Sorry about that glare. Guess my camera. That's a little bit better. There's a focus. So there's that. Comes with a bunch of cool extras inside. I love the King of Fighters series, so you guys know I had to get this.
What a cool box. That's so neat.
Yeah, it comes with soundtrack and art book in there and everything. I also got the Switch version, a Windjammers collection. So this one's pink instead of blue like the PS4 version. So you see in here the two games.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, and they have reversible covers. Yeah, it's art book right in the middle. And they have reversible art. Here's the kind of the covers themselves in a way. So these games are actually pretty fun.
Cool. Oh, they're wicked fun.
Yeah, they are. And they're online, thankfully. So you can play with people online, which is nice. But yeah, I got those. Happy about that. And PixArt does really good collector's editions, man. So that's why I like them a lot, man. They don't put out much stuff, but when they do have it, it's like amazing. Now, I'm not sure if I showed this before, Joe. You'll know if I showed this before on the channel. Did I ever show you guys the Space for the Unbound for PS5?
I don't know. Maybe if you should. I don't know if I've seen that giant version.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
huge.
yeah.
Holy hell.
Well, what was crazy is where's it?
I've
go
heard of the
here?
game. I've heard of the games though, so it's hard to say. It's all kind of
Well,
fuzz,
I
fuzzy
actually wanted it on the PlayStation 4, but they're skipping over PlayStation in America. PlayStation 4 for some
yeah, it
reason
was
in America.
Japanese. Japan got a release.
They'll only go
Korea
to
or
like
something like that.
right, like they'll go like Switch and then PS5 for a game that doesn't even really push the PS5 like that. So I was like, what the hell? But what came today was from Play Asia, the English version
Oh,
of
nice. There you go.
the PS4 version, collector's edition. So you see, there's a big size difference.
Yeah, that's huge.
But I feel like this one comes with some more better stuff. Like this one actually comes with a CD soundtrack. This one comes with a digital soundtrack. So I'm like, what the hell?
Nope.
You see how they cheap out on America?
Yeah.
This box is more sturdy. It's like that cardboard box, like open box type deal. So this will last a long time. Where this one's kind of like flimsy or whatever like that. So it's a pretty cool game where you go back and like you help people with their problems. You kind of like, I don't want to say you go back in time, but you just like you have an object that helps you like help people deal with their issues or whatever like that. So it's pixelated. It's got good looking graphics. So I think this will be a fun adventure to play.
I love when they put the physical CDs. I still have a CD player in my room to play game soundtracks.
I know, right? So it's like, man, we like that stuff, man. The digital thing is like, I mean, the CD could come with a digital code too if you get the both option of both. I think we should get both when we get a CD and the digital code. Of course, me and Joe's favorite game right now, System Shock.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Oh man, I gotta get through it, man, because I gotta be ready for System Shock 2. But it's fun. It's just like I had to figure things out on my own, like damn near everything.
Well, that's the other thing too, is that like you said, that game has no hand holding at all. So like you'll need to pick up some little item that'll be in some random ass room, and it's like you just gotta find it. Like it doesn't tell you, it doesn't light up, doesn't give you an arrow, doesn't blink, it doesn't do shit. You just have, and it can be like this tiny little freaking thing. It's like a little key card just sitting on the table, and you'll be walking around for like an hour, like what the fuck? And it's just sitting right there. Like you just have to.
You basically have to listen to the audio notes to kind of help you out with what you're supposed to do. So just
they
people
give you like door codes and shit. Yeah, you got to keep all track of that. It's fun.
I finally got a Batsu gun for the Switch. So now I have it on PS4
dude.
and the Switch. So we got a good shoot 'em up here. Yeah, very happy about that.
That game's insanely good. I play that constantly, dude. Yeah. I actually 1cc that game, so that's if I can actually 1cc it, that means I like it. If I can't 1cc it, that game sucks. It's stupid. It's hard, and I don't like it. It's terrible.
Well, the next one I got thanks to you, because I think we actually talked about this a while ago. It kept selling out. Like people kept trying to push this game like it was rare.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were just buying it up so they could resell it, thinking it was going to catch on. But I finally got my copy of Crisis Core Final Fantasy on the PS5 for the regular price, of course. And now I can have all my Final Fantasy games on the PS5, the remakes. Because I feel like the remake I feel like the games on the PS5 will be my definitive version, the way to play them or whatever. So I want to have them all on that system. So I don't want to have the PS4 version and upgrade the PS5 version, because I'm not going to go back and pay the PS4 version. Now after playing 60 frames, like I play performance mode. So yeah, amazing. But happy about this one. My buddy sent me this one. He bought a bunch of these. He found a bunch of them sealed actually, and he hooked me up with this loose one here. This is Dark for the Xbox 360. Now, I don't. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not okay.
I'm sorry. Like,
RadBash's
what
review.
kind of game is this?
It's the first, like, it's so. Have you played Thief?
Yeah.
Played Thief? Okay, so it's like they were trying to be Thief and just destroyed every possible like chance of being like it.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of the weaker and like worst Xbox 360 games, but it's exclusive to that physically. That's the only reason I bought it, because I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I thought it was a horror game going into it. It's not.
And it's not at all. Wow.
It's not. No.
Wow. Maybe
I'm curious to hear your thoughts. You should definitely check it out and let me know.
Yeah, I will. I was just like, man, like now I'm kind of like, do I have time to play it now? Or rather play something good. But next up here, we have I brought up briefly earlier, Garon, Mark of the Wolves, which is also known as Fatal Fury, Mark of the Wolves,
Mhm.
collector's edition for PS4.
Dude, these boxes are amazing. Wow.
Yeah, so they're like the Neo Geo snap boxes from back in the day. So you open
I
it up,
love it.
you have your game inside there, and under the
That's
game, your
sick. That's so
soundtrack,
cool.
art
They
book.
look so good when you have the whole set of them, dude.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm
Oh.
looking at my shelf right now. If you look at it right now, you would think I'm a Neo Geo collector.
Mhm.
You know,
It
but
looks fire. Looks really good.
Get that flex going. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
kind of.
a little bit of flex, yeah. Yeah, I got the Neo Geo right here, man.
Hmm.
And then last but not least, we have what the hell? Okay, Nightmare Reaper.
Oh, you're nice, dude. Nice job.
This,
Yeah.
this
What
is
is
like a boomer
that?
shooter type game, kind of like similar to you ever heard of Bolt Gun?
Yes,
Warhammer
Bolt Gun is very good.
It's like that in a way. Well,
that-
yeah.
Is it on PlayStation?
Limited
Bolt
run
Gun?
games.
Oh,
Nightmare.
no, Nightmare. This physical is on Switch only, as far as I know, for physical.
Limited run games did the PS4 and PS5 pre-orders, but it's not out yet.
Wait, so they did one for it already. Wow.
Yeah, it was weird. Super Rare did their pre-order like a week or two before Limited Run started taking theirs.
Huh.
Wow. Okay.
And that's the Switch copy is already really expensive.
Of course.
Really?
Yeah. It's like well, let's take a look. Let's see Nightmare Reaper.
It's about to, Reggie got really blurry.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, what the hell?
What just happened?
Dude, this camera.
Mm.
Come on.
Nope.
It's trying to come back. There we go.
There it goes. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that was. But wow, dude. $165.
I could never.
And they're always seals, man.
I'd be
Nobody ever
single.
opens these games up to play them, man. Like my copy is open.
Dude, look at these. These were sold.
I could never. Nope. I'd be single so fast.
Yeah,
It just came out. Oof.
People, man, this is. I just don't want this to be the future of physical, man, where these prices are jumping up that fast, man. Like this literally just came out, man. But,
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be that though. I'll be
Yeah.
100% honest with you. That's the way it's gonna go. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it is. Basically, yeah, like the games will only be coming out through these companies. And like if you want a physical copy, it's like you'll have to wait 2 years for it to get announced and then a year to get it.
To get it, yeah.
Yeah. So pretty much like every time a game you want to play it, it'll be like 3 to 4 years old by the time you get to play it, which I'm used to that anyway. Like that's kind of what I've been doing for a while. Like most of
But
the
you
games
paid
I play.
brand new price. That's my problem. Is you paid
Yeah, that is the truth.
the
Yeah,
premium price and then waited 4 years when it should have been $20 at that point. Yeah.
correct. And then, when you get it, like it could have a defect or something. Who knows? It's like freaking
Yep.
stupid. Yeah, it's not a fun future. It's not. I'm not a fan. Like as time goes on, like my PS5 collection is so small compared to my PS4 collection. It's like just so tiny because every time a PS5 game comes out, I'm like, sweet, I'm gonna get it, and it's a shitty release. Nope, it's missing this. It's not complete. It's blah blah blah. Like, all right, I don't want it. Like it's like I rarely want it. The only thing I'm collecting hardcore on it is I'm getting the shmups, which is like there's like 3 of them.
Right.
And there's more that I could get, but they're also on PS4. So I'm like, why? I'm not double
Right.
dipping. And I'm getting the horror games and the RPGs. And that's it.
Yeah, Devil Engine on PS5 and Switch. The Switch version is the better version to get because it comes with 2 games with it. But the PS5 version does the same, but of course the second game is a DLC code. And I was like, what the hell, dude? Like, man, get out of here. So I actually might get rid of that version, but I'll keep the Switch one.
It's gone, dude. Okay.
All right, RadBash, what you got for
Yeah.
us?
So
Wait,
two
you got
of
more,
mine are-
Reggie? Or are you done?
No, I'm done.
Okay, good.
2 of mine are digital.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to say those real quick. I got My Friendly Neighborhood, which is a first-person horror game set in Sesame Street. Loved it. It was a great game. And then I got Alyssa, the director's cut, which plays like the old school survival horror games. Phenomenal game. Great horror game.
That's
Loved
like
it.
the PS1 thing.
Yeah, looking game. Yeah.
Yeah, that does look really good.
It's very good. I got my girl to sit down and play with me. Even she loved it. it was really good. The soundtrack, I went and got the soundtrack. Yeah, it's so good. I recommend that game. And then physically, I, like you guys, got System Shock. I haven't been able to touch it
Cool
yet. as
Kids
you can
Club,
see,
welcome.
But
That's right.
I am in that little group there. So yeah. There we go. I picked up Broforce. I loved this game. I'm glad it finally got a physical. It's like a side-scrolling, just hardcore action explosions. You play as like 80s heroes, like there's Rambo, the Terminator, things like that. It's crazy good, especially if you get some friends to sit down and play with. Love it. Great game. And then anybody who knows me knows I'm a huge Dark Cloud fan. So my buddy Feral Inferno, he's also a content creator. He sent me the Japanese copy of Dark Cloud.
Cool.
Can't play it, obviously, but that's okay because it's so cool to see the differences, like just in the case, the book, the disc itself, like so much better looking. And yeah, I'm a huge Dark Cloud fan, so it was awesome to get that. That's what I got.
That's
right on. Quick question: since you're a Dark Cloud fan, like how do you feel about part 2?
You know, I was talking about this with I think you know Bill Tindo, right, Reggie?
Yeah.
So Bill Tindo and I are buddies, and we were talking about it. And 2 is good. It's not a Dark Cloud game to me. It's its own.
Shit,
thing.
I picked the wrong background.
That's what when I joined, I was like, man, he got the wrong Dark Cloud in here. Yeah.
Hey, you didn't say no. You said Dark Cloud, all right?
The first one.
They slapped the Dark Cloud name onto it to kind of help it sell, because I think the first Dark Cloud sold pretty well for being an early PlayStation game, so they wanted to make sure. Yeah, I get it. Wow.
They tried to be the Zelda killer, and I mean, obviously that didn't work. But I mean, it was a really good game. And then 2 came out, and 2, you know, there's the voice acting. It's like a hardcore anime style. They took out the world building is there, but it's not what it was. So I mean, it's a good game. It's just I don't feel it's true Dark Cloud. You know, I'm still waiting on the third one. That's never going to happen. But, you know, when the day I die, they'll announce Dark Cloud 3, and it'll be a whole thing.
Oh man.
Hey, you never know, man. We just got freaking Phantom Brave 2. Who the hell saw that coming? You know what I mean? So you never know. Like, franchises get resurrected from the dead all the time.
I'm waiting for it. I wish.
But like Reggie said, we need the HD remaster pack to come back first.
Yeah.
Dark Cloud 1 and 2 combo pack. See how it sells, and then that's when we get 3 afterwards.
I'd buy it.
Yeah. So guys, we're 2 hours and 17 minutes in. If we do the LRG showcase, we're going to go like another 45 minutes. So it's up to you guys. You want to do that, or you want to just chat for a little bit?
It's up to you guys.
I say we can close it out.
Okay, yeah, I think it'll go a little bit long. So we'll save that for another time.
Yeah.
So one thing I did want to say is this is actually the season finale of season 3. In case you didn't know, there was 45 episodes. This will be the last episode of season 3. Okay. We're taking like a little break ski. We're gonna have a week off, so there'll be no episode next week, and then we'll be returning the following week with a brand new season and starting back fresh. Figsy, do you guys remember Figsy?
Yeah,
guys, probably half of you are watching on his channel. He is should be back by then, so that's the plan. He said he'll be back either next week or the following week, so should be returning full strength with Figsy in the following season. Should be pretty awesome. So I just wanted you guys to know that in case you didn't see there was no episode last week and didn't want you to freak out or everything. So if you do like the show, I would appreciate it if you sub to my channel, Joe Rad Official. You can also sub to Figsy Games if you want to watch Figsy's channel. You can sub to Reggie because he's the man, and everybody should sub to RadBash because he's also the man.
Definitely.
If you guys look down in the comment section, I have links to RadBash's socials. You can follow him there too. I also have his link to Super Retro Force, which I highly recommend you guys follow as well.
Appreciate that.
If you go on there, his team is all on there. They have all of their channels listed. You guys can follow them as well and get some good content. If you're looking for some good gaming content, it's all high quality stuff. Yeah, I had a really good fun time tonight, guys. What about you?
Same.
Good, man.
This is a good time.
It was good. So maybe next time we'll have just like a Resident Evil show, because I feel like that's what you guys wanted to do.
I was about to say, horror episode win. Let's go. I'm down.
Yeah, we could definitely do a horror episode. That's what most people seem to want to talk about. It's just the most popular thing. So, Yeah, we usually have like we had a huge Halloween episode last year. We had a whole bunch of people on, so maybe we'll do that again this year too. Just like do a giant horror thing.
That'd be epic. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it should be fun. So yeah, that was really awesome. Any last thoughts, words you guys want to share? Wrap it up.
Oh
Inspiring
no,
quotes.
that's it.
You want to hear like a little Braveheart speech or something?
No.
No. All right. Well then, yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you had fun, and we'll see you guys. Have a nice night.
You found the